Okay. 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 Yeah, it's okay. We're okay. We're going to go good. We're going to be great. We're going to be fine. We're going to be okay. God, there probably going to be a dead child by the end of this stream. Oh no. Anyway, welcome everyone to more Umineko. Umineko. You fuck neck. I tried to getting captured by OBS, right? UBS. Okay. You say it's okay, you have to say it's okay, but it's not okay, or however that meme goes. More demon children. Yay! Also, after talking with chat, I'm like, yeah, I'm on the side of, I'm on the side that there is a 19th person. The 19th person did not commit the murders. The murders were done with a gun, and that at best, the magic circle is just everyone misremembering, because fucking you can't actually trust eyewitnesses most of the time, especially when they're being influenced by someone who's seemingly an expert. For the time being, was that a film reel starting? I'm not sure. And announced the theory that the culprit might have been to make it solve the riddle of the epitaph. When I loaded the game, as I said, I'm not sure. If are we watching a movie? That would be very strange, but the interesting was be very interesting. Uncle Hideyoshi looked like he was really interested, but Aunt Natsuki thought it was ridiculous. Someone watching home movies after the fact? Is this from some very fucked up snuff film? Of course! The thing out of that way, even the letter from yesterday makes sense. Amon seems to play pretty well with the facts. Yeah, I still think Hideyoshi and Eva did it. Like, I don't believe at all that it isn't the case.
Maria-chan ni tegami o watashita no ga dareka wa sateoki.
On the side, whoever it was that gave Maria-chan the letter. Ew. No, it's a found footage murder mystery, but there's not enough film grain for that. Beatrice exists! Ew! Even though she was puffing up her cheeks in the cute way she had been doing it since yesterday, I couldn't think of it as cute. If I took it lightly, it might suddenly transform into a creepy laugh. The hidden goat doesn't exist. Natsui, why the fuck are you saying that? You know, of everyone here, you're the only one who currently knows for certain that it must exist. Why? What's your angle here? However, the idea that we have a cupboard who foolishly believes otherwise wants father's gold, and use motives to make us solve the riddle and then steal the gold from us, does indeed make some sense. Having that case, why did they kill those most highly ranked in the Ushiromiya family first? Oh, the demon child from last night is so cute when she puffs out her cheeks like that. Come on! It wasn't last night, it was a couple of hours ago. Gary, we could make it worse. Also, Battler's like, oh, it's cute. Then Battler goes, it's not cute enough for me, what the fuck? A good point. You want us to make it solve the riddle, killing those clothes of Kinzo-san doesn't sound like a good plan to me. It's still the first day? No, it's day 2. It's been fucking only 2 days! This is the second fucking day, and there are many people. Oh. I agree. Besides, we found that argument. Wouldn't it have been quicker if they had threatened father in the first place? You really think that bastard would fucking say shit? You think it would be faster just ask the person who wrote it rather than try and force us to solve it? That's also a good point. Of course, I don't think father will let it slip from an ordinary threat. I feel like there has to be a reason why the story started with 6 deaths. So the weird thing, of course, Carrie, is the epitaph and this part up top is still very unknown overall, but on the first Twilight, Sad creates the 6 chosen by the key. Like, outside the universe, why does it start with 6 deaths? I'm not sure, too. Very specific and very weird. There's something to do with the number 6 I don't know about? Because, like, everyone knows the shit about, like, oh, number 4 is death in Japanese, but... I see, but why would you start with 6 deaths? I don't fucking know. Your question is good, but I don't know either. It's very shocking, kind of blows the story's load, so to speak. I guess it does establish a very good mystery to begin with. Like, there's an immediate question and we want answers for it. Everyone knows Kinzo-san would be sure to be aware that he won't bow to ordinary threats. I'm quite sure you could break that man's kneecaps and he would be like, fucking try harder. He's the man who bears the burden of the Umineko family and all of its wealth. So why you're having problems with the way these people are acting? I would love it if they inspected the bodies, but these people don't have. These people think the police are going to show up at some point, and they want to preserve the crime scene. Understandable. I don't trust the storm to end before the week's over. There's 6 sets of Natsu's going on about the gold. They're going on about the gold because seemingly the murder was for the gold. That's fair, yes. Yeah. Because I'm curious how they actually died, but no one touching the bodies makes a ton of sense in this scenario. You think the police are going to need to investigate and don't want to mess up the crime scene. It is because he was able to overcome them that the family prospers today. Totally agreed on that. Can't imagine grandfather letting himself get pushed around just because some ass who threatened him. Yo, do people realize that he's a bit too much of a hard ass to get threatened? Jessica, this is not how we talk. Yes. In that case, what about this one? No, wait. Is this out there as well? What are you thinking, Balor? You couldn't hesitate. Crazy idea is like a bow and arrow. Wait, can we go back a bit? Yeah, sure. What was the roulette? Oh, fuck. The demon's roulette. Yeah, that's right. That's what everyone. So that's what Kinzo was referring to this as. These first 6 killings as the demon's roulette. That's seemingly what he was talking about because it's just a matter of luck, I guess. Kinzo basically suggests who lives and who dies today was a matter of luck and nothing more. Right, but how were they chosen? As it says here, for Kairi, she was chosen by Demon's Roulette. That's all there is to it. Was that shown? No, nothing's been shown about that. It seems like it might just be referring to 6 random deaths to start it off, which... You know, these don't seem very random, per se, so... Maybe hard to hit with, but it's a great weapon. They can strike enemies from afar. Was that symbol the Demon's Roulette? They didn't ever call it the Demon's Roulette, but I could see it possibly being related. It is meant to be some kind of unbinding ritual, so... It just shows that most people who have died in battles were killed by wounds from arrows. In battle, you don't shoot off just one arrow. But they may not know that. Yeah, exactly. Shoot off a whole bunch of arrows at once and assault the enemy soldiers with a wall of them. He'll shoot them over and over. Assault the truth with a wall. The Cobras after the hidden gold, it would be very efficient for them to force us to solve the riddle. Asking the person you made in the first place would be much quicker and easier. In that case, the question is this all a message directed at grandfather? In other words, these murders were a threat directed at grandfather. Kim's only talked about the demons who light around the servants to our knowledge. Yeah, I was going to say. So, if he didn't tell the culprit where the gold was, his family members would be killed off one by one. That would be a shitty threat. What if we weren't the only ones being forced to solve this riddle? What if grandfather was too? And now he's going with the Rosa died. So now now Battler's catching on to what I was kind of thinking about for a bit is if Kimzo made the riddle himself or if the riddle was made by Beatrice. Thinking about it that way, explain grandfather's mysterious disappearance. Whoever attacked grandfather, judging by the state the 6 bodies were left in, he would definitely have been slayed somewhere with that horrible makeup added. Despite that, we still hadn't found him. Did that mean grandfather had been kidnapped, was being held somewhere? And I forget she has the gun. It's hidden behind the text box occasionally. How could? You're saying, how could? Eva, you shouldn't giggle. That sounds interesting. But if only 6 bodies were supposed to die, then grandfather isn't dead. Yeah. I mean, he was even alive at the start of today, so... So father's being confined somewhere. And being threatened that if he doesn't tell them the location of the gold, he will be killed off one by one. What a shitty threat for him. I sure don't understand what you find interesting about that. Aunt Natsui threatened her, but Auntie Eva just smiled calmly. We haven't seen him after all this time. I think it's almost certain that grandfather has gotten caught up in that crime. Maybe he's just jerking it off. I don't know. You think about it, you can't just ignore Bato-kun's theory, right? Stay quiet, George. In the first place, when exactly was that father went missing?
When was the last to see father? It
was probably me. Grandfather disappeared earlier, if you remember right. We don't know if he's okay or not, just that he wasn't where everyone left him. Yep. It's concerning. This morning when we were worried that we didn't know where my husband and rest were, we were talking about how they might be in father's study. Yeah, exactly. This was what I was thinking about. And when checked his room and greeted him. I'm thinking, but I've been holding the key to his study the whole time, haven't I? Genji, let me return this to you. And Nachi pulled out the gold key and handed it to Genji-san. Looking at the key, Auntie Eva giggled. Hey, Genji-san. I'm sure the police would inspect father from him thoroughly anyway. Doesn't matter what you hide, it will just be exposed anyway. Wow, okay, Eva just fucking coming out and saying you killed them, eh, bitch? That ain't very smart of ya. So, you might as well just tell us about it right here now, don't you think? What are you talking about? It's simple. Don't forget, father studies a locked room with no way in or out except for that key. I want to double check how that's being defined. There's only one entrance to father's study. There's also a window. Yes, I am suggesting they broke in through the window. I don't think it's even that absurd.
あとは窓
And also the windows. Oh, yep, see?
他に出入り口
Any
は
other entrances or exits? I mean, he's a crazy old man, so probably has something.
ありません。
There are none.
中に入る
There's no way in except for the
入り
entrance.
口しかありません。
間違いなくね
You sure about that?
秘密の
There
隠
isn't
し
some
扉
secret
な
hidden
んか
door
が
or
あった
anything?
りはしないのねお父様が不在
His
であ
father
る
isn't
以
here. I'm the
上
highest
後
ranked
ろ
member
宮
of
家
the
の最高
Ushiromiya
序列者
family.
は私よその後ろ宮家
I'm
の
asking
当
as a
主代行と
representative
し
of
て
the
聞いてい
Ushiromiya
るの
family head. Do you have the ring? No. Well, you aren't the head then. Shut the fuck up.
それを理解した上で
Understand that
答
and
えなさ
answer
い
me.
あの部屋には入り口
Are
以
there
外に他
any
に出
ways
入
in
り
or
口
out of that room
は
other than main entrance?
お父様の最高
As
の
far as
側
goes
近
to
だ
aid,
った
I'm
あ
sure you
なたは
know.
知っているはずよ
And actually looked a little offended at the part about the highest ranked family member. She kept her mouth closed with that being and waited for Genji's answer. I couldn't help but feel a bit uncomfortable. Why was she going on and on about hidden doors?
カノン君も熊沢さんも知ってるなら
You
教
too,
えてくれない
Canon-kun, Kumasawa-san. If you know, won't you tell me? So you want to know where Gramps is too, huh? You want to know because I'm still up for her being the murderer. And, like, if Gramps is gone, she can't get a definitive answer that, like, yeah, she guessed the riddle correctly, or anyone does. If there is one, it would be better you said so.
じゃないと今からある人がとても追い詰められることになるわよ
If there isn't, then someone's going to be very much driven into a corner in a second.
隠し扉があると仮定
Given
さ
that
れ
there's
た
a door
ら
in my arm, it comes to
私の
nothing.
話は全て水の泡
You sound so cocky here, holy shit. And Eva didn't specify which person was about to be driven to a corner. Following the flow of the conversation, I had a feeling she was referring to Aunt Natsui.
母さん
Mother,
何の話
what are you talking about?
ジョージは少し黙ってなさい
George, stay quiet for a second.
どうなの
What do you say?
源氏さん
Genji-san,
カノン君
Yanin-kun,
そして熊沢さん
Kumasawa-san.
隠し扉は
Is there a hidden door
ないの
or not?
源氏さんはお父様が書
Genji-san, when you
斎
bring
を
model
改
father
造した
study, you
時
must have overseen the
施工
construction.
業者の監督をしていたはず知らないとは言わせない
I
わ
won't
よ
let you say you don't know.
そのようなものは
There's nothing of that nature in
親
Master's
方様
study.
の書斎にはありません。
間違いなく
You're sure?
片翼の
About
わしを許
Ken-kun
された
entrusted
カ
the
ノン
one-winged
君
angel. I mean eagle.
はい
Yes,
間違いなく
I'm sure.
親方様の書
There's
斎
nothing
に
like a
隠し
hidden
扉
door in the
はあり
Master's
ません
study.
熊沢さんは
Kumasawa-san. No! I haven't
私も
heard
聞
of
い
such
た
a
こと
thing.
がありませんよ
Why is everyone disregarding that he could have just walked the fuck out?
お父様と親交の深い
What about
南
Dr.
條
Nanjo
先
get closer
生
relationship
は
with father? Oh shit, check the chessboard, by the way. If it's been moved since the last time he played, it would be a bit odd.
私もそんなもの
I
は
have never heard of something like
あ
that.
りませんな。
結構
Great.
じゃあいい
And are you ready?
話を始め
Let
る
me
わよ
begin. Also, didn't we talk earlier about how it was a bad idea to try and expose the killer? Why the fuck would you do? And weren't you the one who suggested it was a bad idea? Really suspicious.
とってもシンプルな
It's really
話なの
simple. Everyone tilted their head doubtfully, wondering what Aunt Eva was so proudly starting to talk about. Aunt Eva laughed triumphantly, as though she were about to reveal a secret that only she knew.
お父様を最後に目撃したのは夏日姉さんよね
Natsuki Nisan was the last person to spot father, right?
詳しい時間は
I
忘
forget
れ
the
ちゃったけど
exact time, but I think it was a
今
little
朝
before
の
9
9
in the
時前
morning.
くらいのことだと思ったわ姉さん覚えて
Yes, son.
る
You remember.
私 あなたがお父様の書斎からちょうど出てくるところに出くわしたわよね。
I ran into you just as we were coming out of Father's study, right? Wow. Okay, we know this is bullshit because we saw the interaction between them. Hmm.
覚えています。
We saw Natsui's interaction with Kinzo, so we know this is wrong straight up. Yes, I remember.
それが何だというのですか?
Also, accusing the person with the fucking gun is a bad idea. What does that have to do with anything?
そして次
And
に
the
姉
next
さん
time
が
you
お
went
父
to
様
visit
の
Father's
書斎を
study.
訪れたのは兄さんたちの遺体が
That
見
was
つか
after
っ
we
て
had found the
から
bodies
よ
of
ね。
Nissan and the rest, right?
それを報告
Yeah,
し
then
に
you
書
went up to the
斎に
study
上
report
が
that
り
and we discovered that he
そこ
wasn't
で
there.
私と一緒に不在を確認したわ。ところで姉さん、
By the way, Nissan,
その時
at the time
お
when you
父様
went
の
to
書
enter
斎
your
に
father's
入
study,
ろうとして
did you notice
気
anything?
づいたことはなかったかしら。気づいたこと
Notice anything?
何のことですか?
What are you talking about?
ほら
Come on.
ゴミを拾ったでしょう。
You picked up some trash,
畳
right?
んだレシートを
A photo receipt. What? I don't remember
確
that.
かに
I do seem to remember picking up some trash.
それが何か
What does that have to do with...
そのレシ
I
ート
got that receipt when I bought
私
some
が
candy at a
飛行
store
場
in
に
the
着く前に寄
airport.
った売店で飴玉を買った時にもらったものよ。
Eh? And Eva pulled a small bag of candy out of her handbag. Yes, I remember that.
あ
Ah,
あ
the
の
receipt
時
from when
に
you
買
bought
っ
that
た
candy?
飴のレシートでも母さん
Mother, what does
そ
that
の
receipt
レ
have
シ
to
ー
do
ト
with
の話
anything?
が何と関係あるの
ジョージ、もうちょ
George,
っ
they
と
go
待
and
って聞
listen
いと
for
って
just a little bit longer. We have to set up someone for the fall. We can't possibly do it. Young Hidashi's expression was a little strict. Somehow, it seemed he understood what Aunt Eva was getting at.
本当にこれは気
You
まぐ
really,
れよ。
just on a whim, you see.
何かを予
It
見して
wasn't
た
out of any
とか。
foresight.
ましてや
I
夏
certainly
日
wasn't
姉さん
planning
を
setting up a
罠に
trap for you or
かける
anything.
とかそんなのじゃ断じてないんだから。
Don't believe that at fucking all.
実はね、
Actually,
この
this
レシート姉さんがお
You remember
父様と最後に会って出
Nissan?
て
Just after you
きて
met
そこ
Father
で
and Love, you
私
met
と会
me,
ったでしょ
right?
その時
And
書
that
斎
time
の
I stuck
扉
this
に
up
私が
into
挟
the
み
door to
込ん
the
だもの
study.
なのよ。
ってことは
So what does that mean? It means the door was open, so what?
つまり
Does it mean that until Aunt Nachi picked up the receipt, no one had opened the door? What? Wait a second, Auntie Eva? Oh, okay, it had only just fallen out. I see. Did you say that it wasn't out of any foresight? The fuck you mean it wasn't out of any foresight? Shut the fuck up!
レシート挟むなんて
Taking a receipt in would be obvious.
小さなが外
It's
出した
possible
時
when
に
Grandpa
気
opened the
づ
door,
い
he
て
noticed and found it
面白
interesting
が
and
って
sent back
も
in
う
the
一回挟
door.
み直した可能性も
That also. Doesn't gonna hardly argue back. Zio didn't know what it really meant. She realized that whatever it was placing on a suspicion on her own mother. Eva is suggesting that fucking Natsui somehow got rid of goddamn Kinzo in like a couple of minutes of talk, like at most 15 minutes of talking with the fucker. Where the fuck was she put his body? Or cannot? What the fuck you mean? Eva, this argument is shit.
もちろんバレないよう
Of
に
course,
レ
they
シ
put the
ー
receipt
ト
up
が
very small so no one would notice it.
でもね、レシートが落ちるところを仮に
So you say, oh, it wasn't foresight, or you're just being a fucking sarcastic little bitch?
挟み込んであったかは
Even if you seen that he saw it fall, he would have no way knowing how high up the door it had been stuck, right?
私は夏日姉さんが
I checked
鍵
it
を
when
取り
I
出してい
seen
る
yes, I
間に
was
確
saying
認
it, the
した
key
わ
out.
レシートが挟み
The
込
receipt
まれ
was
た位置
stuck
は
not 1 millimeter away from where I
数
had
分の
put it.
1ミリの違いもなく私が挟んだ場所だった
Okay. Hey, wow! He disappeared and no one had entered. Oh, wow, so I guess Nazi fucking did it. Okay, Eva, explain how the fuck she could have done it. You can't because there's no fucking way.
なぜそんな子
I
供
can't
じみた
understand why
い
you
なされ
posted
る
a
のか
childish prank.
理解できません。
Yeah, especially if you weren't trying to set it up.
大方、
I'll
私の部屋
bet
の
you were
扉
the
に
one
い
who
たず
did
らを
that.
したのもあなた
Banging
で
the
しょ
door to my room too.
夏日さんの部屋
Door to your room? Oh yeah, she hasn't told anyone this shit.
不愉快な話だった
Tom
ので
doesn't talk
話し
about
ま
it, so
せ
I
んでした
didn't.
今朝目が覚めた
This morning when I woke up, there were signs of some prank on the outside door.
あのシャッターの
With
落
what
書
was
き
the
と同
probably
じ
the
と
same
思わ
red
れ
paint
る
that was
赤い
screwed
塗料
across the
で
shutter.
いたずらがされてい
You
た
know,
の
you
です
probably should have mentioned that after the fucking bodies were found, frankly.
かきむしったような気持ちの悪い
There were some unpleasant marks as though someone had been tearing at the door.
なんやその話
Wait, what is this?
なんで今ま
Why
で
haven't
黙
you
っ
told me
て
about
た
this
んだ
until now? We found bodies, you dumb bitch!
申し訳ありません
My apologies.
あの後
Since so many horrid things have happened since then, I had completely forgotten about it until just now.
今の今まで失明していました知らないわよそんな
I don't know or care about that.
私がしてるのは
I'm not
姉
talking
さ
about
んの部屋じゃな
your bothers
くて
you,
お父
okay?
様の部屋の扉の話よ姉さんがお父
Have you
様
checked
が
that
い
he
るのを
was in the room
確認
until
し
we
て
made sure that he wasn't? The
私
door
と一
wasn't
緒に
opened
不在
even
を確
once.
認するまでの間
How high
あ
up
の
is the
扉
second
は
floor?
一度も開かれてないのよ
Okay, so let's start with saying this. Assuming the 19th person exists, it's really fucking easy for the 19th person, who I assume is Beatrice, or whoever the fuck Kinzo sees as Beatrice, to help the fucker get out of the room via the window. It's actually really easy for the 19th person to help with that.
扉を
How
使
did
わ
father
ず
get out if he didn't use the door?
どうやってお父様は外に出たのかしら
And no one knows about the fucking ring, so no one here can argue about this shit. Just run a ladder over it right real quick. For funsies. Yeah, come on.
そんなことは
I
知り
don't
ま
know
せん
that.
私が知りたいくらい
That's
です
what I want to know.
夏日姉さん
Not
の
during
他
his
に
son. Other
お父
than
さ
you,
んの
let's
在
check
室
to
を
see where the
確
father
認
was
した
in
の
his
は誰や
room.
ゆうべ
Listen, I met Kinzo-san was when we were playing chess last night.
あった最後ですな
Doubly check the fucking chessboard now. If the chessboard is in a different position, it kinda would be fucking weird, wouldn't it?
夕食の直前まで
Believe it or not, that was him just before dinner.
それより
I don't
あ
want
の
to
手
see him
段
after
は
that.
誰かおらんのか
私です
I did.
昨夜の晩
I
餐
gave him his dinner last night.
はい
Yes.
僕とシャノ
Ken
ン
and I were with him.
ここまでは
Oh, no,
間違い
then Father was
なく
definitely in his
お
room.
父さんも部屋にいたやろなだがな
Not
夏日
Chuuni
姉
Nessan.
不在だった書斎は
Sounds like you found out he wasn't there. All ways in or out of the site were closed, right?
なのに夏日さ
Not
ん
even so, you said that you met and talked with him
お
this
父さんに会
morning.
って話をしたいと私には皆さんが何を険悪になったのか分かりません
Can't be dead though if the riddle is accurate. True. If okay, assuming there's magic, then he's not dead. Assuming the killer is following the epitaph for the fucking funsies, he's not dead. Assuming the killer wants the goat from him, he's not dead. Fucker is not dead. And if you're saying he's kidnapped, I want you to understand where the fuck would Natsui have put the motherfucker? Eva, your theory falls the fuck apart that he disappeared then and there because there's nowhere to fucking put him.
どなたか説明
Can
してく
someone
ださ
explain
い
it to me? Mother and father, are you
夏日おばさ
saying
ん
that
が今朝
Natsuya says about meeting
おじい様
grandfather
に会ったと
this
いうの
morning?
は嘘だと言ってい
He's
るの
alive?
かい
So you're accusing her fucking Gramps wasn't there? You think that Eva is implying that either Kinzo wasn't in his room when Natsuya was talking to him or that he's still in the room? I suppose, but like... I guess they're saying at this point that Eva's kind of accusing them that fucking Natsui and Kinzo are working together or some shit?
嘘なんかつくもんかよ
Natsui
母さんは潔白だぜ
already kidnapped Kinzo last night? I guess? Either way, we know that's a lie, but now it's up to everyone else to prove it is. Or everyone, we know it's untrue, so if he's still in the room, that would be an easy check. I mean, it would be a relatively easy check, yeah. Why the hell should we lie? Mom's innocent. Why the hell would she lie?
Jessica,
Jessica,
言葉遣いを
I
直
keep
しな
telling
さ
you
い
watch
といつ
your
も言っていま
language.
す。
All at once, everything became confused. From across the part of the table, and Eva and Natsuki confront each other, while George and Aniki confront Jessica. Also, again, this doesn't make sense for Ava to do because Ava specifically said it would be a bad idea to try and find the murderer. Because, you know, they were like worried they were gonna get killed. Bitch, people are dead. Shut about my language. Exactly what I was saying, Gary. Like, I feel like it's quite clear Ava is just trying to fucking throw suspicion onto Natsui. For no good reason. And other than to make no one suspect her. What the hell is going on? Remember, it's only up until last night that we have multiple people saying they saw him. Well, the gold. Yeah, the gold. But the only one who claims that they saw father since morning is Natsuhi-san.
夏日姉さんただ一人。そして
And then there's a strange fact
私
we
の
learned
挟
from
ん
the
だレシ
receipt.
ートが物語る奇妙な事実。さあ、
So,
この
how can we
点と
connect
点
these
はど
points
うやれ
together?
ば結べるのかしら。
Auntie Eva urged her and worked their imaginations. Sure, that receipt could become an important point, but I didn't know what other point I could draw a line towards. Also, it just fucking hit me. The only person we have to confirm that Eva put the fucking receipt in the door is Eva herself. Eva could be lying about the receipt being in the door previously. Like, that just hit me. Yeah, no. Carrie, maybe I'm missing something. Why is Carrie panicking? The answer Aunt Eva was hoping for was that Anache had lied to make it seem as if Grandfather had been in the room this morning. And Aunt Eva's mere whim had exposed that? Yeah, that's unfucking believable. In fact, it sounds like complete BS. I don't think you ever... Cutting points, the conspiracy word's diegetic. Oh, I see what you mean. That makes no freaking sense. Why the hell would Mom lie? She has no freaking reason to.
その理由は私も
That's
知り
what
た
I
いわ
want to
よ。
know. Guys, just point out that the only person whose word you have for having made this trap is fucking Eva, and Eva has every God damn it, guys.
でもね、ジェシカちゃん。
Oh, Jessica-chan.
お父様
You
の
can't
材
say there's
質を
no
偽る
possible
価
reason for
値
her to lie
が
about
全く
father
な
being
い
that
とは
room.
限らない
Right.
わよ。推理小説でも
You see it every once in a while in Detective Octopus, don't you?
生存時刻を
It's very
偽る
confusing
こ
the
と
time
によ
death
っ
they
て
created an alibi.
自分のアリバイを偽証するトリ
Okay, she is
ッ
just-
クよ。
Oh, what are you talking about? Why would you make this accusation when she's holding a fucking gun?
そんなの聞いたことない
I've never even heard of that.
お父様はまだ
We
見つか
haven't
ら
found
ない
father
け
yet.
ど。
We think about normally it would be natural to assume that he has already been
もう
killed.
殺されていると考えるのが自然でしょう
But
ね。
then no one can confirm the location of the gold. Presumably, if you guessed the location correctly, Kinzo would say, "Ah, yes, you found it out. That is the answer." Like, Kinzo would say you're right if you guessed it right.
となれば
In that case, we should expect to find his corpse soon.
近いうちに死体は見つかる。その時
If at that point the time of death could be fake, not saying his son would be able to create an alibi.
姉さんはアリバイを作ることができ
Okay,
るの
where
よ
she's fucking put the body, then you goddamn. Someone point this out. Please, someone point this the fuck out. I mean, what's she gonna do if she's innocent? Shoot her? What's she gonna do if she's guilty? Shoot her? I mean, essentially, it's the case of like, she's got the gun. this is a really bad idea to be confronting her now. If you actually believe she's the killer.
わかる
Do you understand?
みんな
Everyone. You think Kinzo wouldn't have layers of bullshit in the riddle? Oh, I really think Kinzo wouldn't have layers. No, I think there's layers of bullshit in the riddle. I just think if you got the answer correct, Kinzo would actually confirm you got the answer correct. He wouldn't be like, he wouldn't say no, you got the answer wrong when you got it correct. I don't think Kinzo would do that. This morning when Aunt Natsuki went to check that grandfather was there, she lied. He was already dead at that time? And she moved the body to some location disguised to make it seem like he had just been killed there. And then she could stay with everyone else to prepare an alibi. Then she could say, I heard someone screaming. Or something, dash over there and become the first to find the body along with everyone else? Is that what Auntie Eva's saying?
バカバカしい
How preposterous!
推理小説
Yeah, I was nothing more than indulgent entertainment!
そんなものばか
You
り
only
読んで
think
い
of
るか
such
ら
an indiscreet
そ
idea
のような
because you
原
read
始
them
の
all
発
the
想に至る
time!
のですそうだぜ
Yeah!
死亡時刻
Wouldn't she try to
少し
fake
く
the
らい
time
ご
death
ま
a
かしたっ
little?
て
Oh, that would be
そん
blown
なの
away in
警
instant
察が
once it
検
released
視
in their
だって一発で
autopsy?
バレるじゃねえかよ
Yes!
古典の世界だったらともかく
You might have fooled the people in old books. You shouldn't that kind of trick with flying in modern
思ってん
Japan?
のかよ
I mean, the solver actually physically claimed the goal to win. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying now.
おかしいぜ
Are you insane? Modern Japan, 1986.
そうかしら
You think so?
今朝
This morning when Dr. Nanjo looked at the
亡くなった
corpses,
人たち
there's
の
only
死体
able
を
to
見
give a
て
vague estimate of the
死
time
亡
death
時
of
刻を
right.
曖昧に見積もられたわよ検視結果は環境や
Yeah,
個体差に非常に左右されやすい
Autopsy results are greatly affected by the corpse's surroundings and individual peculiarities.
数時間単位で誤差の出る非常にアバウトなものなの
It's a
よ
very rough estimate with uncertainty of several hours. I'm just making a joke, Clips. Modern, but we're still not even like 2010 or 2003 or 5 or anything. We're on in the 2000s by a good chunk.
しかも困ったこと
Unfortunately, the
に
police's scientific
警察
investigation
の
will
科
have
学
to wait
的な
until
捜査
tomorrow.
は明日にならないとできないそこまでの正確な
Measuring
死
the
亡
exact
時
time death
刻
after
を
that, even modern Japan, like you said,
ジェシ
would
カ
be
ちゃんの
easy, you
よう
know.
に現代日本でもそうそう簡単なことじゃないのよねえ南條
Right,
先
Dr.
生
Nanjo? I don't do autopsies.
検視は
And of course, it's usually a difficult task that requires both experience and
非
instinct.
常に難しい作業です誤診率も非常に
Or there is a
高
very
い
high chance of mistaken diagnoses. Diagnoses.
確かに
You don't count the 1980s in the 80s as modern? What the fuck do you get off you claim 2002 as modern? I'm making a joke. I'm not even the 90s, BB. Yes, I understand, Rush. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make jokes. I'm bad at life. That's a very possible misreading of just a few hours to occur.
しかし
Now, for now, why, that's more than enough.
数時間もあれば十分やで古典のトリッ
It's
ク
not just a trick for the classics.
十分に通
trick that
用する
actually
トリックなんや夏日姉さ
Thank you,
ん
Carrie. Actually, Nessan,
Washira,
not like we want to expect you, alright?
Anta
But we'll suspect you based on one person's word that has no fucking proof. Self-flagellate in repentance? No, I'm not going to the church.
疑いとないから潔白を示してほしい
We
だけ
don't,
なん
and
や
that's why we just want to prove that you're innocent. You've set her up in a situation where she can't prove she's innocent. It's her word again, her word backed by no one. Just like if a word is backed by fucking no one.
何の潔白を示せと
What
いう
is
ので
this
すか
innocence you want me to prove?
今朝私は
This morning I definitely met
確
with
かにお父
father.
様にお会いしましたそして
He
心
told
の
me to
中
keep the wandering ego
片翼の足を
and
刻
create
め
my
とお
heart.
言葉をいただいて
I don't need the church to the point of the self part. Hey, let's just check again where the fuck the heart one comes in. Ah, there. Fuck. Guess she's done. Fifth night. Go. There goes Natsuki.
あのお言葉を
You
否
denying
定
that
す
he
る
said
という
that
のですか
too?
それだけは
I'll definitely not
断
permit
じて許せ
that.
ませんお父様
I
が
will
かけら
permit
れ
deny
た
that
言葉
father
まで
said
も否定
those
することは
words.
断じ
あるいは
Maybe father's body
お
won't
父
appear
様の
at
遺体
all.
は出てこないのかしら普通失
The only person has been
踪
missing for 7 years
死
before they're
亡
officially
宣
declared
告に
dead.
7年かかるもの
Wait, who did die tonight then? Maybe no one? Maybe someone? The epitaph is a bit unclear on this point. Like, sacrifice to 6. Yeah, that's probably killing. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Tear apart is harder to tell if it's literal or metaphorical. Either one person's gonna die, 2 people are gonna die, or no one's gonna die, and just some relationships are going down the drain. Wouldn't that be clever way to extend father's nearly finished life another 10 years and keep all of his wealth for yourself? No one dies to the 4th day, potentially. Well, no one else. Yeah, I was... Yeah, this was about what I was expecting. Alright, were you just... Ava, were you just trying to make her pissed off so everyone hates her? I mean, I guess that was a fucking plan. What? What the fuck? I cannot buy by this! I can't buy by any more from you! I'm Ushiro Natsui! So I do not have the right to wear the one-winged ankle on my body. It is so engraved in my heart! Wait, is this the tearing people apart? Oh shit. Night could also mean hour, as we were told the storm will last for 2 days. Yep. Speaking that way to the wife of Cross, success with the head, those who were act as such in his place. Absolutely disgusting!
Nani?
Ava, I think you fucking misplaced your fucking bet. Oh, what's this? Ava! Well, right, Ava isn't gonna die. Are you gonna shoot me with that gun? Go ahead, then. Why don't you just shoot? Oh, we're right, Ava isn't gonna die, and Achi doesn't die until the 5th night / hour. Well, there's a 19th person, they've already sabotaged the ride out. That sound... If the 19th person is working with Kinzo to fuck around with everyone, then that's not impossible. You're just desperate because you can't think of a way out, aren't you? You've given her a thing you cannot get out of. Why wouldn't she? Do it to try to obscure the truth with violence! The cat fight has evolved! You... It is only, and Natsuki had actually only done at the ready and threatening anyone. But after told to by Aunt Eva, she did hold it at the ready. Unsurprisingly, once things got to say, Jessica and Genji-san tried to stop her. Madame, please calm yourself. Mom, you aren't lying! So there's no reason for you to listen to this. Calm down, Natsuki-san. Don't you just have to swear that father was definitely in the room? I mean, that'll get rid of all the suspicion. Why are you getting so worked up over that? Because fucking Eva is insulting her goddamn pride again. Which is Natsui's biggest weakness, is her pride as being a Ishiromiya. And she got that pride reaffirmed by goddamn the head of the household, and now she's getting it kicked off her again. So that's right. Natsui isn't lying. Isn't that the end of it? And I want you to explain. How did Father Menji disappear from the room? The 19th person fucking helped him. The windows were closed tight from the inside. And the door too, remember? The windows were closed from the inside? Fury met with Father this morning. You must explain how he disappeared from this unopened door, locked room scenario. If you don't, then that would mean you're a liar after all, right? Okay, prove you put it in the Okay, Eva, prove you put in the receipt before we open the door. What? You can't? Guess you're lying, Eva. I hate this argument because it's an unfair argument. No one can back up what happened with Natsuki. Natsuki can't explain it because Well, she doesn't have any idea how it would happen, because it didn't happen that way. So obviously she's confused.
あなたという人
How far do you plan to mock me?
どこまで私を愚弄すれば反論したい
If you
な
want to
ら全
argue
しなさいな
back, go ahead.
そうね
That's right, try
今すぐ
explaining it
この場
here
で釈明をしてみ
right
なさい
now.
そうしたらあなたを疑ったこ
After
とを
that, I can
謝ってあ
apologize
げ
for
てもい
doubting
い
you.
わあの書斎
How
の
did
密
Father manage
室
to get
か
out from that
お
locked
父様は
room?
いかにして抜け出したのかそんなこと
I can't explain that, and I don't need to.
不要ですそう
Really?
なら
Then
私が
let me
説明してあ
explain
げるわ
it.
よ私の立場
I'll take the best parts of my perspective of yours and come up with a more friendly explanation.
仲良しな説明なんだから姉さんの
I believe that, like you said,
今朝
Father
の
was
時
still in
点
this
でお
room
父
this
様が
morning.
脱出していたことを信じてあげるわよでも
But
次
the
に
next time the
扉
doors
が
opened,
開かれ
Father
た時
wasn't
にお
there.
父様はいなかったここまでは依存ないわよね
You don't have any objections so far, right?
あなたの言うことにこれ以
I
上
have no
耳を
desire to
傾け
listen
る
to
気はあり
anything
ません
more you have to say. Correct thing to say here.
その軽薄な
Shut
口
your
を閉め
frivolous
なさい
mouth!
私の推理はこうよ
My reasoning goes like this, alright.
扉から姉さん
I
しか
verified
出
with the case that
入
you
り
were
し
the
て
only
い
one
な
to
い
go
こと
through that
は
door.
私が2回確認している
I don't fucking believe you.
そして
And the receipt
レ
is
シ
proof
ー
of
トも
that.
それを立証している
Okay, now I fucking gotta check. Night of the Storm. I need to fucking check when they got fucking here. I will head your father is. Genji quickly contacted the police, certainly. I wonder, it seemed that she was playing that with Crow's dead. The one-take response to should not be able to. Of course, you may do as you please. Nachi walked out without saying anything more. Even Father Haber, more moments. Kusawa. Let's see. Hideyashi's fucking having a problem. George, Jessica, Maria. Come on, where the fuck are they? It seemed like Aunt Natsu and... Oh, we never saw their fucking trip there. Okay, yeah, so we can't trust Eva's word at all. We didn't see that scene happen. Eva could have fucking lied. Like, she might have gone with Natsui up to the room specifically to plant the false evidence that, oh yeah, I totally put the receipt in. So, yeah, fuck you, you're lying. Don't believe you. So what is the answer to the puzzle of how Father was sent out of the room regardless? The window! You send out the window! Natsuni-san, you pushed Father out the third story window of the study into the courtyard! Oh my god, she's yelling out right now. You vicious malcontent! Madame, please endure it. Eva-sama, please stop this. Father died from the fall into the courtyard. And when you left saying you were going to check the doors and windows, you went and hid the corpse somewhere. Okay, where the fuck's the corpse?
多分その時に
That was probably when you took some measure to fake the time of death, right?
クラウス兄さ
As
ん
long
た
as
ち
I'm
の
the
事
case
件
regarding Kraus,
さらに
the sound on the rest,
ゆうべの
also the case regarding Beatrice last
も
night.
含めてナスシさんが
There's
怪
a
し
good
い
chance
可
that
能
Natsu
性が
is
非常に
suspicious
高いっていうこと
in
だ
those cases. God, these fuckers are pissing me the hell off. Battler! Battler, fucking step up and tell them how stupid they're being. Please, Battler! Battler, fucking step up and tell them they're being idiots. Please!
本当
Only when I
な
want
ら
to say this.
こんなことを言いたくはないだがもうぶち
Now
ま
it's out
け
in
て
the
しま
open,
っ
there's
た
nothing
か
else
ら
I
に
can
は
do.
仕方がない頼むわ
Please,
ナツ
Natsu,
姉さん
Ina-san.
どうか
Please
自
say
分
now
の
you can be
無実を
innocent.
説明してくれんか
Eva is lying. Done.
侍とわし
First, I
は
can't help but
あ
suspect
んたを
you.
疑わなきゃならんのや
なぜこの私
Why me?
この
Why
私
was I, Ushiguro Miyazachi, being insulted like this?
このような恥ずかしめを
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. You're being set up as the fall girl. Bullshit. Fuck you. Don't shoot the gun. Oh, Battler! Everyone's has said their piece. Battler! Battler! Come on, Battler, say what I've been saying. Come on, Battler!
ダメだな
No good. No goddamn good at
ダ
all.
メだぜエヴァおばさん
Auntie Eva. Ah, Battler! What do you mean, no good, Battler?
何がだよ
Guys, I'm starting to like Battler a fuck ton because he's being a detective. Does he look up at me? Hang on to my every word. Aunt Eva's expression was composed as always.
全然
No
ダ
good
メ
at all, you say?
何が
What is?
バトラ君
Battler-kun,
聞かせてよ
tell me.
一方か
You
らしか
only
見ら
see
れな
this
いか
from
ら
one angle.
夏
That's why
おば
your
さん
insight
し
has
か
to be
あり
Aunt
えないって
Natsui.
思い込んじまうのさ別に
I like
夏お
defending
ば
her,
さ
but
んを擁護
letting
す
a
るわけじゃ
checkmate
ねえ
like
が
that isn't gonna work.
そんなハったりのチェックメイトじゃ通用しねえってことさレシートを軸に
I
した
think the
推理
theory
は
based
まずま
around
ずだ
that
と
receipt
は
is
思う
passable.
筋は悪く
Not a bad thread of logic. Yeah, if it was true, it wouldn't be.
だが
I'd only give that a
俺の
grade
採
of
点じゃ
65 at
せいぜい
best.
65点ってとこだ
Battler fucking doing the inzoning up like this shit. This is where exam that'd be bad enough to get you extra lesson attention, you know?
あら
Oh
じゃあレ
my.
シートで封印
Well,
さ
how
れ
do you
てい
break
る
through a
扉を
seal,
どうや
door
って
sealed by
破っ
receipt
て
and
お
make
父
father
様を
disappear
失踪させら
other
れ
than
る
by
と
my
いうの
theory?
私の説以外に
エヴァおばさんの
Theory
説
is
は確
interesting,
か
I
に面白い
admit.
そして
And if we could state
その
definitely
説
that
以
there
外
was
に
no way to make grandfather
ジェイ様が
disappear
失
other
踪
than
できる方
yours,
法がないって言い切れるなら最終目
we could
撃者
say
で
for
あ
certain that the last person to see
夏
him
おばさん
and
が
not
黒
see
であると
has to be
確かに言
responsible.
い切れるだろうだが
However, since there's still a possibility that she's innocent and that these accusations are
濡れ
false,
衣である可
you
能性
can't
が
make
残
that
っている
claim.
以上そうだと断言することはできね
Then
な
Battler-kun,
らバトラ
who are
君
you saying here could have made
夏目
grandfather
さん以
disappear
外
other
の
than
誰に
Matsui
お父さん
Ine-san?
を失踪させられたというの姉さん
It would be impossible for anyone else to do it.
私のレシートが
My
それを
receipt
証
proved
明
that,
してしまったわ一度目に
From
書
the
斎
first
に
time she
訪れ
entered
た
the
夏
visit
目
that study,
そして二
and
度目
at
に
the same
私
time
と
when
訪れ
we
るまで
visited
の
together,
間
the
書
study
斎
was a
は
perfect
完全に
locked
密
room,
室
and
で
the
密
seal was
室
programmed
開
in the
封後
locked
には
room.
失
He
踪
was
してい
already
る
missing.
これで夏日
If
姉
this
さんが
doesn't prove
犯
that she
人じゃ
was
ないと
covered,
いう
what
な
kind
ら
of trick could
どん
they
な
have
トリッ
used?
クがあるっていうの
だから
Like I said,
65 点
Auntie
なんだよ
Eva,
エヴァお
only
ばさん
65 points.
じゃあここ
So,
で
let's try flipping over the
チェ
chess
ス盤
board,
を
shall
ひ
we?
っくり返すどうやって
How about how they managed to
外
make
部か
grandfather
らじい
disappear
さ
from
ん
the
を
outside?
失踪させるかじゃないどうやっ
You know how
て
grandfather disappeared from the inside?
内部からじい様が失踪するかって考えるんだ
Where are you going with this, Battler?
扉にはレシー
The
ト
door
が
had
挟
the
まれ
receipt
ていた
stuck
か
in it, so it couldn't have
ら
been
使用
used.
されていない窓も
You also couldn't have gone through a window
出るこ
because
と
they
はで
can't
き
be
た
locked from the
外側
outside.
からは施錠
And when you
です
visited the study, you checked to make sure they were
エヴァおば
locked.
さんが書斎を訪れた時に窓の施錠を確認しているだから窓も使
No,
用
the
されてい
windows
ない
also weren't used.
その時点で
At that point, the site
確か
really
に書
was a
斎は
locked
密室だ
room.
ったこれは認め
You
る
have to
しかな
accept
い
this.
だがしかし
However, the study didn't remain
書
a
斎
locked
は
room
永遠に
forever.
密室だったわけじゃないレシートの封
Once
印
the
さ
seal
え解かれる
created by the receipt was removed, it became possible to use the door. Possible to escape through the door.
つまり
In other words, It's not about how Natsuki made grandfather disappear. Are you saying they opened the door and he, like... They're about to suggest that Kinzo pulled a fucking Looney Tunes and hid behind the door and then ran out when they weren't looking? Anything about how he was able to escape? You actually are. Okay, I'll hear what you say. Grandfather's study is an ordinary study, right? According to Genji-san, there's a toilet and a kitchen and even a bedroom, almost like a little house. Under the bed, for example, you could trick two of you thinking he disappeared, right? You know, I kind of assumed they would have checked at least a little bit more thoroughly than that. And Eva, you didn't check that carefully, did you? That's checking carefully? The two of you went back down the stairs saying that he wasn't there. The time the receipt was already gone. In other words, grandfather was hiding in his room the whole time when it was a locked room. And escaped after letting his two of you get past him. He cracked this locked room right open. Okay. So why would he have hidden then? What is this? Not what grandfather would do something that weird and then escape the room. Admittedly, he doesn't trust any of you, so... Don't be absurd! Yeah, might be absurd. However, it still shows that there's also that Aunt Natsuki is being accused falsely. I'm really sad that no one brought up the fact he hid because he didn't want to deal with his business daughter. Case closed, BB. I won't deny that you might be right there, Clips, considering how much he's hated everyone. But... there's still nothing to prove that what fucking, that the receipt was put in before the door was open. And Eva never gave a reason why she put in the receipt beforehand. It's like, oh, I just wanted to. It's like, really? Really, you just wanted to. It wasn't foresight, as you said, so you just wanted to do it? That's fucking weird. And doesn't really make sense. Who just does that? The receipt wasn't perfect. In chess, we might call that check. It isn't checkmate. The thing I like the least. That you pressure not to explain it, and then argue that if she doesn't, she must be guilty. Yeah, same, Battler. I'm fucking... Battler, if you don't try to grope any more tits, I'm gonna like you a lot. That has a logic, then why don't you like me? Oh my god, Battler? Flip over the chessboard one more time! Battler? And Eva, according to your argument, you must explain to us here and now why you and Uncle Hideyoshi couldn't have killed those 6 last night, then casually returned to the guest house. I'm trying to force Aunt Natsuki to explain. I'm sure you can prove your own innocence, right? And Eva, who's had all grandfather's wealth suddenly dropped right into her hands. Unfortunately, you think he's out of women to sexually harass. Unfortunately? That's right. You're pretty damn suspicious yourself, aren't you? You see monsters as because she was last person to see him. Well, because they're dead. That about you and Eva was last person to see Dad and the rest. Just like Butler said, prove that you two weren't the ones who killed them. Mother, I also think your reasoning was a little over-eager. I'm sure the receipt was an important hint. But, like Battler-kun said, that's not enough to prove that Aunt Natsuki is guilty to any degree. They're all equally suspicious. Really shows that Ryukishi was on Ace Attorney kick when he was writing this. Yes, I like it. I'll be frank, I enjoy this greatly.
夏日おばさんだけが責められる
Right
通
for
りはない
Aunt Natsu to be persecuted.
誇り高きお父
Our
様
noble
が
father crying on the
床に
floor
這
under
い
his
つくばって
bed.
ベッドの下にそんな誰事
You
で
call
説明
nonsense
が
like
つ
that
くと思って
explanation?
それなら
Then why don't you explain yourself first?
特によ
You
誰
killed
が
those
どう
six
や
and
って殺
how,
して
and then try
そ
showing
して
us
自
to
分
prove
だ
that
け
you
関わっ
weren't
ていないという
involved.
証拠を示してみろってんだ
Jessica? Jessica? Oh, fuck. Shit. Imagine how much more basis would be if, as a reader, had to actually guide battle through his logic. That'd be fucking awesome. But also, what the fuck? Oh no, yeah, they ate dinner. Please tell me she just got overexcited. My lady. My lady. Jessica suddenly started coughing. At first, I thought she was just choking after yelling too loud, but it seemed to be lasting too long, and she really looked like she was suffering. Jessica kept coughing and choking down on her hands and knees. Jessica, hang in there! Dr. Nanjo!
ジェシカさん
Jessica,
急
your
に
inhaler
息を
quick.
早く
She's an asthmatic?
私が持ってき
No,
ている
wait,
の
I
は
have
あ
one
り
with
ます
me. She's an as-fucking-matic? Oh, shit. Dr. Nanjo pulled a bronchodilator inhaler from his own bag, which was lying on the sofa, and handed it to Ken-kun. I'm thinking, 6 years ago, didn't Jessica break into violent coughing after you used that? We have another chest candidate? We have another chest candidate. She's got fucking bad lungs. Oh, shit. And 6 years ago, I never saw Jessica look like she was in this much pain. Aniki, was Jessica's asthma always this
こんなに
bad?
喘息ひどかったっけここ数年で
Kind of
だ
worse
い
these
ぶ悪
last
くな
few
ったんだよ
years.
大丈夫な時
No
はいい
problem
ん
when
だ
she's
けどね
normal.
突然発作
But
が
when
来
the
る
attack
と
comes suddenly, she
咳
can't
が
stop
止まらなく
coughing.
なるんだよ
And that's another reason I'm gonna say Jessica can't be a killer. This is very debilitating. My lady, your medicine.
さあ
Here. Taking the inhaler from Kanekun, Jessica used it with a practiced hand. For a while, it looked like her throat was still feeling itchy, but gradually settled down.
大丈夫かよジェシカ
Are you alright, Jessica?
びっくりしたぜ
You really scared me. Same. Fuck, that was worrisome. Is that in the characters now? Jessica's an asthmatic? Oh, fuck, I swear this wasn't here before. Born with weak bronchi and sometimes assailed by sudden asthma attacks. Was that always here? Hold on, now I'm curious. Was that always here? Let's check. Yeah, that's always been here. Wow, I fucking missed that. Okay. I feel like I need to reread the characters now because I missed the fact that Jessica has fucking
大丈夫かよ
asthma.
ジェシカ
Enters the house of the usual room with him in place of her husband, who takes low interest. For this family country, again, she was the one who took in charge, making all the preparations arrangement. This is a great sense of responsibility and great deal of pride. However, neither her husband nor her sibling understand her very well, so her position is far from enviable. Normally, she would have lost her place in the usual room register upon her marriage, but she managed to forcibly overcome this by having her husband take her family name. Started his business from scratch, now works in the president of company, carrying business soaring, and things are going extremely well. We know that's not true. The oldest of her cousins, as a leader and arbitrator. What's up, Carrie, by the way? Apparently, Conscious is a chance for him to renew his friendship with his cousin after a 6-7-year gap. Natsuki thinks of him as Kenzo's spy. Wait, gonna check some old streams. Okay. There's several other characters, servants with the shrewd and more than competent when it comes to performing her duties, but because of her Chinese and love rumors, she's not highly regarded as a servant.
びっくりしたぜ。
You scared me.
大したことねえよ。
No big deal.
心配すんじゃねえさ。
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I was wondering if it was some global that was save agnostic too. If it is, that's really interesting. Beads of sweat covered Jessica's whole body and she couldn't hide her rough breathing, but it looked like her sudden attack had calmed down for now. The servants had left the room's hostile atmosphere in an awkward, unsettled state. That was fine. There's absolutely no need to be driving up everyone's suspicion of each other. When you think about it, even probing at each other's alibis and serving the cure is probably completely unnecessary. After all, we're just powerless, ordinary people. And when at least come tomorrow, they'll definitely employ cutting-edge techniques and investigate the case thoroughly. Solve all the riddles and arrest the killer.
確かにバトラ君の
I
言う
wonder
通
if
りかし
Balakun
ら。
is right after all.
夏日姉さんが疑わしいように。
Just like not saying
私たちも疑わしさを
Nessan is suspicious, I can't ignore the fact that we are suspicious as well.
それを今議論し合う
Arguing
のは
about that
確か
now
に
is
不
certainly
毛ね。
unproductive. Only dropping the subject when you start getting in trouble, eh?
明日警察に全てを任
Everything
せ
will be
れば
fine if
済
we
む
just
だ
leave
け
it
の
to the police
話。
tomorrow.
でもバトラ君だって知りたいんじゃないの？
But don't you want to know too, Balakun?
犯人を。
Who the killer is?
大切な人を失った痛みを思い知らせてやるために1秒でも早く知りたいんじゃな
Don't
い？
you want to let them know right this very second the pain you feel from losing someone precious to you?
それは否定しないです。
I won't deny that.
これだけの仕
Even
事を
one day
決
would
め
be
てく
too
れ
long
な
to
か
let
っ
the
た
bastard
野
pull
郎
this distasteful bullshit go
た
on.
とえ一日であったとしてものさばらしたくはない。でも
Doesn't mean I
だから
want
と
to
いって
doubt one of the 18.
18人の中の誰かを疑いたくはない。さっきはああ言ったが、俺はエヴァおば
Even
さん
though
だ
I
って
said what I
疑いた
said
くない。
earlier, I don't want to even doubt you, Auntie Eva.
俺にとってのエヴァおばさん
Me, you're
は
an awesome aunt who's always mischievous and entertaining.
いつも楽しくさせてくれる最高のおばさんだ。そんなおばさんと
Okay, B, you went back to the sanctuary to step out bronchitis is there. Okay, so I just missed that. And now I'm gonna be paranoid about missing other shit that I really shouldn't. Great. I don't want to trade insults with an aunt like that.
ここにいる誰だって
A single person here
そんな
wants
こ
to
と
do
は
that.
望んでねえはずさ。だろ
Right?
みんな。
Everyone?
バトラ君に同
I feel the
じ
same as Balakun.
意味のない
Why
罵
is it
り
trade
合いだ
insult?
ね。多分これだけの人数が
It's
朝
probably
から
just a
一
stress
とこ
build
ろ
up
に
because
ず
so
っ
many
と
people
集ま
have
ってる
crammed
から
in one place since this
み
morning.
んなストレスが溜まってるんだよ。
でしょうな。
Probably.
無理もないことです。
It's only natural.
言ってできるものではありませんが、なるべく皆さんリラックスしましょう。
I think we should all relax as much as possible.
エヴァ
Eva,
わしらも
Anything we should
頭
cool
を
our
冷や
heads?
すべきとちゃうか。レシートの件は
I do
確
think
か
the
に
receipt is gonna be
お
important
父
to
さん
her
の
father's
失踪を探る
whereabouts.
上で重要な手がかりになると思うで。警察が来たら話すといいやろ。
We should tell the police about it when they get here.
そうね。
Yes, you're right.
そう。
Yes.
レシートの一件
I
で
just felt a little triumphant when I
つ
figured
い
that
鬼の
part out
首を
with
取ったよう
receipt.
な気持ちになっちゃったのね。確かに夏日姉さんだ
Of
けを
course, it
疑う
isn't fair to
のは
only
フェア
doubt
じゃない
Natsuki, Nessan.
私たちだって等しく疑
We're
う
just as
し。
suspicious.
でもねバトラ君、
But still, Balakun.
レシートの
At least the part
話
about
だ
the
け
receipt
は
is real.
本当よ。
Alright. I don't believe it.
これ
Don't
忘れない
forget
で
this. I don't believe it. it's only your word for the receipt being there beforehand. So I don't believe you.
そしてこれがどういう
I'm
意
trying
味
to
を持
think
つ
deeply
か
about what this means, okay?
もう一度よく考えてみてね。
Auntie Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi stood up. I also know that fucking Natsui's innocent in this case because I literally witnessed her conversation with Kinzo. Unless that was entirely a lie, then yeah, Natsui's innocent. At least of anything to do with Kinzo. Looks like they plan on leaving the parlor.
結局私たちは
In the
こんな
end,
推
it's
理
pointless
ごっ
for
こ
us
し
to
ても
continue
意
playing
味がないのよ
detective.
だってどうせ警察が
After all, the police will do everything in the end anyway. That's right. Even if we don't play the detective game when the typhoon passes, those lively seagulls return to the harbor, everything will settle itself. Yes. Thinking about it, this kind of crime is completely trivial. It would definitely be resolved, even if we do nothing. When the seagulls cry. Ah! Title!
これ以上
Natsui
夏日姉さんも私の
Nesan,
顔を見
I
てい
take
た
it
くは
that you
な
don't
い
want
で
to
し
see
ょ
my face anymore.
私も同
I
じ
feel
よ
the same.
確か姉さん
If
は
I
昨
remember
日
correctly, yesterday,
ゲス
we
ト
had
ハ
some
ウス
rooms
に
spare
帰
for
ら
us
な
in the
くて
mansion,
済
so
む
we
よ
will
う
need to
に
go back to the
って
guest house,
客室を
right?
用意してくれたのよね。あそこはバスもトイレもあ
There
るし
should be a bath and toilet there as well as a
鍵
lock
も
and
チェ
chain to
ーン
secure
も
the
かかる。
door.
横になれるベ
There's
ッ
even
ド
a bed
もあ
line.
る
My
し
husband will be able to watch
主
TV
人
without
も
having to
マ
fight
リ
with
アちゃん
Maria
とチャン
Chan
ネル
over
争
which
い
channel
を
to
せ
watch.
ずにテレビ
Okay.
を見ることができるわ。お好きになさるといいで
Be
しょ
do as you please.
う。でも
But make sure to be
くれ
cautious.
ぐれも用心を。ありがとう。
Thank you,
姉さん
Nesan.
そして余計なお世
And
話
mind
よ
your own business.
姉さんはみん
I'll
な
be
の
counting you to
監
keep
視
an
を
eye on
よろ
everyone.
しくね。
Alright.
犯人はこの
Because the
中
killer
に
is
必ずい
definitely
るんだ
among
から。
us.
そして姉さん
And
も
Nesan, make
自
sure you don't
分
forget
が
that you're being
監視を
watched
され
too.
ていることをお忘れなく。捨て台詞はそれで十分ですか？
Have you made enough parting remarks?
十分よ。
Yes, that is
じゃあ
enough.
ね、夏日
See you
姉
not
さ
say
ん。
Nesan.
源氏さん、夕食になってる
Genji-san,
んでね。
please come for us when it's dinner time.
それまでチェーンをかけて閉じこもってるわ。
Until then, we'll keep ourselves locked in with the chain.
源氏、
Genji, Cannon,
お二人を客室まで
escort them to the
送る
guest room.
結構よ。
We'll be fine.
送りを
I don't want to end up being escorted by the killer.
むしろ
In fact, I would be
私
more
たち
comfortable
が部屋
nobody
に
left
行く
this
まで
room
誰も
until
こ
we
の部
reach
屋を出
ours.
ないでくれる方が安心よ。
Fuck you.
ジョージ行くわよ。
Let's go, George.
僕は
I'll stay here with
ここ
everyone
でみん
else.
なといるよ。
This is a really good time for them to fucking find guns. If none of us are allowed to leave or you'll be pissy, be a bit pissy, then fuck you. Like, fuck you.
ジョージ、
George,
この部屋に
the
犯
killer's
人
in
がい
this
るのよ。
room.
そんなところにいるつもり
You
で。
plan on staying in a place like that?
この部屋を出るとい
In
う
this
こと
room.
は親族の
The same
誰
as
かを
suspecting one of
疑
my
うのと同
relatives.
じことだよ。僕は
I
あんな恐
refuse
ろ
to
しい
believe
こ
that
と
anyone in
が
our
できる
family is
人
capable
間
of
が
something so horrifying.
親族にいるなんて信じない。
ジョージ、あなたからも言ってやってよ。
Hey, say something to him.
ジョージももう一人前の男や。そのジョージの
His
人
goal
事
tells him not to leave
こ
this
の部
room,
屋
then
か
it's
ら
up
出
to
えへん言わ
him.
せるならそれも勝手やろ。
Hideyoshi, I think you're gonna die tonight.
好きにさせたれ。
Let him do what he wants.
父さん
Father. Uncle Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi left. The only voice that called after them was the sound of the rain. The parlor was being buried beneath a savage atmosphere. When I looked at the clock, I was surprised to find that it was already evening. Did we already spend that much time worrying, talking, fighting about such meaningless things? Feeling bored, I started clawing at my head when Maria and I made eye contact. I thought she was heavily immersed in TV. I was a little surprised.
今なら信じるぜ。
I'll believe it now.
手紙も殺
The
人も
letter, the
全て
murders, everything.
ベアトリーチェの
It's
仕
all
業だ。
Beatrice.
いや、
No, actually,
むしろ
I
頼
wish she
むか
would
ら
just
そう
come
だと
out
名
and
乗
say
り出
that
て
it
ほ
was
しいぜ。
true.
19人目
I
の
want to
仕
be
業
the
っ
work
て
of
こ
a
とにさせて
of
く
a
れ。
19th person. Sadly, Balor, even if there's a 19th person on the island, it doesn't make sense for them to have committed the murders. Sorry.
じゃなきゃ
Otherwise, the 18 of us will have to
俺
keep
たち
on
18
doubting each
人は
other.
いつまでも互いを疑い合わなくちゃならねえ。これなら
I think believing a 19th person is
19
better
人目の存
than
在を
that.
信じる方がマシさ。扉も窓も開け
Seeing
ずに
grandfather outside without opening the doors or window must be a piece of
外へ
cake
連
for
れ出す
Beatrice, right?
ベアトリーチェならお茶の子さいさいなんだろう。
Maria, after taking a single short breath, hung her head and erased her face again. Oh, it's time for creeps.
そうだよ。
That's right.
魔女の前に扉が開くなんて何の役にも立たないんだよ。
Okay, I think Balor might be just trying to get information out of Maria-chan.
ベアトリーチェは
Beatrice is
72
familiar with
柱
all
の全てに
72
精
demons.
通する。
Oh, okay, so we're doing the Ars Goetia shit. Got it.
33位のガープは望む相手を望む場所へ瞬時に運ぶ力を与えるし、彼女にとってどのような密室に閉じこもった人間だろうと連れ出すことは難しいことでも何でもないんだよ。
魔女はすげえな。
Which is sure incredible.
頼むから。
However, she plans to commit another
事
crime,
件を起こす気なら
do it in a way that no human
絶
could.
対に人間には無理なことをして俺に19
Make me
人
believe that
目
19th person, no, a witch
魔女の存在
exists.
を信じさせてくれよ。
いいよ。
Alright.
あったら
I
伝え
meet
て
her,
お
I'll
き
tell
よ。
her. Damn, Balor's feeling sad. Damn it. I don't understand my own thoughts anymore. I'm led to believe in a 19th person, I deny it, and when I'm led to believe there are only 18 people, I deny that too. I mean, you were right. Yeah, see, after that. You're not... Though I wish that there were more than just the 18 people here, I can't accept the existence of that 19th person. I think Balor would come to the same conclusions as me, in that there has to be a 19th person if he knew about the ring. After that, that's when Balor should headbutt her and say things to throw her off. You know what? If it is just a Chuuni thing, then yeah, that probably would throw her off immensely. If it's, you know, actual possession somehow, it probably wouldn't do anything. In short, even though there were more than 18 people, there are less than 19. Remember, this mansion is 19 greater than X, greater than 18. The number of people can't be represented by an integer. However, it's possible there to be anything other after the decimal point. You shouldn't be able to represent a number of people with anything but an integer. And yet 19 is greater than X is greater than 18. Why does a fraction less than 1 play into this? It's no wonder. That 19th person is an invisible being that can't be seen. That's why in the integer representation that must be used to describe numbers of people, she can't be seen. That which cannot be seen. Because Beatrice has no body. Therefore, she's invisible. Is there not 19th person or not? Does which exist or not? 19 is greater than X is greater than 18. That which exists somewhere that X. Strange metaphor. Hey, I wasn't surprised this time. Mostly because I was confused by why Balor would use that as a metaphor. Oh shit, that's a lot of hours passed. The two who are close. Ah! It's time for the deaths to go up soon. Great! Fuck! The uncomfortable atmosphere continued even after those two left. It was thick with the idea that thinking about who the killer was would be the same as deciding who to doubt. It began to feel like the discussion of the incidents was itself taboo. No one was mentioning it, at least out loud. However, those thoughts were what filled our minds. All that we couldn't say aloud made our heads feel like they were going to explode. Also, we're on chapter fucking 13. It's been almost 20 hours. So at least on the outside, the parlor had once again regained its calm mood. Everything was left unsettled. It feels like the rain's gotten
少しだ
lighter.
け雨足が弱まった気がするね。
おー、まだいっぱい
Still
降って
pouring
るよ。
down.
おー、
Oh.
仮にやんだって
If it did stop,
この
there's
島
no
に
boat
は
on
船
this
がねえん
island.
だしな。
You know, that seems really dumb in hindsight. Why?
船が明日すぐに来てくれりゃいいんだがよ。
Be nice if the boat came quickly tomorrow.
洋館バカンさんもうお
Have
腹
enough
い
of
っ
this
ぱ
Western
いだ
mansion vacation. How much do I know about the length of this VNBB? Not at all, Clips. Not at fuck at all.
母さん、
Mom, when will the boat
明日
come tomorrow?
船はいつ来るのかな。
本来なら
Urging the boat to
帰
take
りの
them back
船
would
は
have arrived
今
at
日の
3
3
o'clock
時に来て
today.
くれることになっていました。先方も
They probably would have
台
telephoned
風
to say
が
that
過
they
ぎて
would
から
come
出
after
直
the
すと
typhoon
電話を
passed.
してくれたでしょう
Unfortunately,
が
the telephones aren't
あ
working.
いにく電話は普通ですから。でも向こ
But
う
they
も子供
aren't
の使いではあり
children
ま
over
せん。
there.
客人の方
They
々
were
の
told this
送
was
迎
for
目
the purpose
的
of
だと
dropping
教
off
え
and
てあり
killing
ま
our
すから。
guests.
おそらく明日の朝一番で
Most they
多
arrive
分
first thing
9
tomorrow
時頃
morning.
に来てくれるで
Probably
しょう。
around 9 o'clock, I believe. You know, I was thinking about it, and I haven't said anything yet, but, I was thinking about the fact, like, I would probably, between episodes, stream a shorter game. You know? Just stream a short game between the episodes, something that I can beat within, like, a week or week and a half. Probably within a week. It was completely black outside. I looked at the clock and realized it was just past 7. I'm starting to get hungry. In the kitchen, Kumasawa was cooking enthusiastically. She had laid out a variety of dishes, and while they didn't match the level of Goda's artful cooking, they were still quite gorgeous. It was an act of kindness from Kumasawa, trying to use food to enliven everyone's low spirits. Kumasawa wasn't nearly as talented as a professional cook like Goda, though she was far from unskilled. On the contrary, she had been brought up in a fishing village. The simple food she created was something very highly valued. Ken arranged the food Kumasawa had created and finished creating on plates under her direction. Ken also helped in the kitchen sometimes, but since he was rarely placed in the row, he was slightly awkward even though he tried his best. Self-conscious about the fact that he couldn't skillfully arrange the food, Ken's expression darkened slightly. Kumasawa smiled to say everything was fine.
綺麗に盛り付けられ
It's
てま
arranged
すよ。
beautifully.
カノン君もお上手
Canon,
です
you're
よ。
skillful.
シャノン姉さんだったら
If it had been
もっ
Shannon,
と綺麗に
Nessan, it would have been even more beautiful. Ken stopped arranging the food for a bit and hung his head. Shannon was the one who always assisted Kumasawa in her cooking. Tonight, Ken was doing it instead. And as he remembered Shannon's face and her brutal end, he grimaced.
今は忘れなさい。
Forget it for now. Genji spoke kindly to Ken as he advanced the pond. After escaping the pond, once mood had become sour, and Genji had become his opponent in a game of chess upon Nanjo's request.
はい
Yes, I will forget it for now. Good.
それがいいだろう。
That is probably for the best. Genji purposely faced away from Ken as he spoke. He did so because he understood that it might make things tougher on Ken if he noticed that someone was looking at his eyes. Nanjo also understood that and held it back any thoughtless words.
金蔵さんも
I wonder where Kinzo-san is gone.
でしょうな。ご無事だと
Albeit that he is safe,
いいの
but
ですが。
わかりません。
I do not know. What?
ただ、すべては
Only, I think everything is as the master hoped, as he had arranged.
仕組まれたことのように思っています。
Yeah, you shouldn't even remember because they're furniture. Stop being mean to Canon.
それを邪推することは、親方様にお
The
伝え
trust
す
that would
る
exceed my role as furniture working for the
過
master.
ぎたことです。
You too, Genji. Shut the fuck up about being furniture.
源氏さんは怖くない
Aren't
の
you
ですか。
scared, Genji, son? Oh shit, press wrong button.
私には
I'm frightened something bad will occur again tonight. Yeah, something will bad happen. Yes, definitely.
怖いこと
I have nothing to be afraid of.
何も。私はただ、
It's any work for the Ishiro Miya
吉野
family.
家にお仕えするだけですので。
Nanjo sighed through his nose and made a carefully considered move. Nanjo was very slightly dubious. Only slightly? Did Genji possibly think that he would be left out of this? couldn't begin to imagine what was happening inside this mansion. He definitely couldn't deny the possibility that it was something of Kinzo's design. Relying this island chest, Kinzo opened the game, and as a result, 6 pieces had fallen. Ooh. Could it be that Genji was calm because he believed that he alone was outside the chessboard and safe? Nanjo thought about it. Nanjo thought about it. Wasn't everyone just a piece on this chessboard lined up equally without any exceptions? Well, if you're gonna use a chess metaphor, that ain't true. I mean, some pieces are better than other pieces. Wasn't Genji who had gained more of Kinzo's trust than anyone? No, it wasn't Nanjo himself, though probably his mission as Kinzo's only close friend. Wasn't there a piece on the one of the pieces laid out on the board?
Genji-san.
Genji-san? Really frightened about tonight.
Oh, yeah,
I think we shall be safe when tomorrow morning comes. Uh-oh. The guest room that Eva and Hideyoshi moved into was used to house guests before the guest house had been constructed. So until a few years ago, they had stayed in this room every family conference and were very familiar with it. This room, just like a room at a hotel, had a bedroom and a bathroom. Even though they were still shut in, it was far more comfortable than the parlor. That's true, you can relax more when you're alone with your immediate family. Oh, hey! You know, I was gonna say, these were the only 2 characters we hadn't gotten a moment alone with. Seems like it's happening now. Jean, do just that. Someone's out in the guest room and lock the doors.
夏日姉さんが客間を出るなって威張り散らしてるんだもん。
But Natsume-san's throwing her weight around, saying that no one can leave the parlor.
誰も口答えなんてできないでしょ。あの人。
So he thought she was being left out in the coach now that Nissan's dead. She's an ice spirit saying your time has finally come.
天下が来たって張り切ってんのよ。まったく。
Seriously, how shameless can she be? Come now, don't say that. Natsume-san's working pretty hard. No need to jump on her like that.
Oh,
the receipt earlier. Went too far there. Aw, come on. If I hadn't said it there wouldn't be another good time to say it. Eva, soaking cutely, sat beside Hideyoshi, who was lying on the bed watching TV. Oh, well, they're gonna say something nice, then one of them's gonna die? Still, it's been a very long time since we've been alone like this.
Sure
has. I think about it, both you and I have gotten older. George was run, everything's gone by in the blink of an eye. It really has gone by in the blink of an eye.
子供を作るの焦りすぎたかしら。
I wonder if we were too hasty in having a child. Yua's eyes looked like they were staring off into the distance. Yes, she had thought about a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Her older brother Kraus had been unable to have a child for quite some time. Six years passed after his marriage to Natsuki without any signs of pregnancy, which didn't please Kinzo at all. As for Eva herself, she would be removed from the Ishiguro-miya register anyway once she got married, so whether her successor to the head was born or not, it was all the same to her. So she had thought. But then one day, she had a heavenly revelation. Maybe it was the whisperings of the devil that she had heard in her greed. Perhaps she could remain the Ishiguro-miya register if she gave birth to his successor first? If things went well, perhaps she could even inherit the Ishiguro-miya family herself. When she proposed this to Hideyoshi, he approved of it instantly. His aunt began Hideyoshi had Also, I agree with thoughts. For Hideyoshi, who had no close relatives, it was a chance to feel once more than that long-forgotten thing called family. So I agree, without hesitation, not to fuss over which family name they were to keep upon getting married, consent to having his family entered the Ishiguro-miya family register. It wasn't easy to persuade Kinzo, but as his daughter, Eva knew Kinzo's personality well. So she chose that time when Kinzo was most distasteful with Natsui, and expertly managed to make him accept Hideyoshi as a son-in-law. Looking at Hideyoshi, who had achieved success after starting from nothing, Kinzo might have seen a bit of himself. He greatly grew to like Hideyoshi, permanently transferring the Ishiguro-miya register. George would eventually become the successor to the Ishiguro-miya family. They raised him strictly with that purpose in mind. Wow, that fucking sucks. George had been worth their while and had grown to a fabulous young man who wouldn't disappoint no matter where he went. That's why she couldn't stand that he was in love with a servant like Shannon. So when she had learned that Shannon had died and the engagement had been invalidated, a part had been shocked at the gruesome crime. The other part of her had been relieved that her precious George wouldn't be stolen by some servant girl. Ow, fuck you. I always did hate Kraus Nissan. He was so full of himself, always swaggering about. So proud that he one day become the head. So I want to get back at him. Emotions at the time, of course. In the end, those emotions took over my entire life. And if only that had been all. Because of those emotions got you and George involved and I used you. Eva, don't blame yourself so much. Hideyoshi sat up and put his arms around Eva. She could feel a warm understanding from him. Well, I reached the halfway point in my life long ago. You know, I never once regretted how I lived my life. Not once. I think that since I've been with you, Eva, I never realized and enjoyed my life that other men never will. I don't feel like the love is quite reciprocated in the same level you would want it to be, frankly. After I lost my relatives in the war, he taught me once more what warmth of a family felt like. So I'm grateful for the Ishiguro family. Think of it as my own family. This life I've led with you, not a single thing has been wasted. It's really been a fun life up to today. Thank you, honey. Eva hung her head, burying her face into Hideyoshi's chest. Probably, no one in the parlor could ever even imagine that this side of Eva existed. No one who should be thanking you. This day, there hasn't been a single day I've regretted being with you. Me too. I'm so glad to have you by my side. Which of you two or both of you is gonna fucking die? George is already a fine adult. He's a man who can do his job well on his own, even if I'm not there looking out for him. How about it? How New Year's you want to spend some time in the Maldives? Just us two? No one else. No way. Are you always saying you're too busy? You're spelling New Year's cards that you don't even sleep. This New Year's? I won't read New Year's. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. It's like, first it was Shannon being fucking like, oh, lovey-dovey moment. Now it's these two with a lovey-dovey moment. It's like, okay, the tragedy's hitting one of you fuckers. I'm just like, Ryan, check to see if I won the New Year's lottery. I mean, sure nice we won a color TV this year. No way. I don't want to check the lottery in the Maldives.
じゃあそいつ
And
も
none of
なし
that
や
either.
水いらずのんびりでジョージが生まれる直前
Because
の
the two of us
新
take our
婚時代
time
の
carrying on
続
from
きを
when we were
聞いてした
newlyweds.
んか
That's before George was born. Yeah.
それならいいわね。
That does sound nice.
モルジブはええ
Well, the Maldives are wonderful.
なんもない島に美しい
With
サンゴ礁
nothing on it,
と
surrounded by
水上コ
beautiful,
テージが並んでて
beautiful
な
coral reefs and cottages lined up over the water.
新婚時代の続き。
Carrying on from where we were
いつからなの？
newlyweds. When will that be?
仕事納めしたらすぐや
Most well-adjusted pair in the book? Possibly, which is fucking weird. They're shit to everyone else, but they're not that bad with each other.
旅行店に
Oh,
聞
like
いて
for
み
some
てわ
business?
からんが
I won't even
多分
going on to our
大
ass
晦日
traveling
前
but
に
probably
は
before New Year's Eve.
いや、
No way.
今。
Right now? I want to start right now. Peevishly, or maybe coquettously? What? Eva pled for his lips. When he sounded to fill the room with the distant voice of the announcer on the news, which Hideyoshi had left on, and the innocuous pounding of the rain against the window. There's a knock on the door and Genji-san entered.
奥様
But,
お夕食の
dinner has
準
been
備が
prepared.
整いましたお食事は
Will you eat in here
また
again?
こちらでよろしいですか
Yes. Hideyoshi seems to show mostly Eva's a bitch, but she's clearly an something dairy type that's like this with him and a bitch to everyone else. Yeah, that seems about right, Clips. Bring it here.
南條先生はまだ
Is
厨
Dr.
房にい
Nanjo
る
still
の
in
で
the
すか？
kitchen?
はい
Yes.
次の一
He
手
said that he
を
wishes to
熟
carefully
考したいと
deliberate
お
over
っ
his
しゃっ
next
ており
move.
ますご安心を
Don't worry,
他
he's
の
with
使
the
用
other
人た
servants.
ちとご一緒です
源氏さんはじい
He
さま
sounds
の
good
相
enough
手
at
がで
chess
き
to
る
be
くらい
grandfather's
チェス
opponent.
が強いもんな。南條先生よりも
I hear he's
強い
even
らしい
better than
ぜ。
Dr. Nanjo, you know?
そうなんだ。
Is that right?
昔
I played
相
against
手
him
を
long
して
ago,
も
but
ら
he
っ
must
た
have
こ
let
と
me
がある
win.
けど、あれは勝たせてくれたのかな。
マリア、もうすぐ
Maria,
飯だそ
sounds
うだ
like it'll
ぜ
be time to eat soon.
しかし
Look at
よく
you.
一
You've
日
been
中
watching
テレビ
TV
を
all
見て
day
いて
long and
飽
you're
きねえ
selling
な
on board.
いつもテ
I'm
レビ
always
いっぱい
watching
見て
TV,
るから
so I'm
平気。
fine.
え
Eh?
マリア
Ray
ちゃん
Chan
は
sure is a
テレビ
TV
っ子なん
kid.
だね。
iPad child detected. iPad child detected.
食事だから
It's coming, so we have to clean up the
机の上を片付け
table.
ないとダメだぜ。
It was still cluttered with the aftermath of the drawing contest we had all been having, using several pages torn out of Maria's notebook. Eye patch? iPad! Jessica began cleaning that up quickly. 1986? Look, we're talking about fucking crypto and shit. We know if this was set in modern times, she'd be an iPad kid. Are you telling me Rosa would be like, just give Maria an iPad and fuck off? Can you tell me that isn't the case? So, everyone here sure can draw. It was shocking.
源氏、
Genji,
エヴァさんたちに
as
も
Eva-san
せ
and
めて食
Hideyoshi-san
事くら
would
い一緒にし
at
ない
least
か
like to have
と
dinner
お
with
声を
us.
かけなさい。どうせ断るでしょ
Although they
う。
would probably turn us down. Are one or both of them fucking dead?
かしこまりました
Certainly.
お父様の次はエ
There's
ヴァさ
father.
んですか。
Now Eva-san.
つくづく後ろ宮家の食卓には全員が揃いませんね。
You seem capable of managing Foshong, the Ishiguro Miya dinner family. Natsuki felt her headache start throbbing again, and lightly held her temples. The distance from the kitchen to the parlor wasn't that large. Genji had gone there and back by himself. The guest room was a little farther away. Natsuki had warned him not to go alone without good reason. Just now, Nanjo had also admonished him, saying that it would be better if he held a little more concern for his own safety. Look at this kid getting brain rot by an etch-a-sketch her parent gave her instead of parenting her. That ain't me. That is. Genji took Kanon with him, and the two went to visit Eva, and Hideyoshi in the guest room. Corpses appearing. What the fuck is that door? Is that keyhole? Genji knocked on the door. Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama, dinner has been prepared. He waited a short while for them to come out, but there was no response.
Genji-sama.
Genji-sama. Look at this. There's another fucking symbol. Genji pointed under the door. A Western-style envelope had been inserted under it. Oh, fuck. Maria, what's that in your etch-a-sketch? Ew, it's a demon roulette. Ew, ew, ew. Normally, when something was inserted this way, it would be interpreted as a message of someone outside as someone in the room. This might be a private note meant for Eva and Hideyoshi. Eva and Hideyoshi was not something that Kanon and Genji were supposed to take interest in. This Western-style envelope was Kinzo's envelope, same as the one Maria had taken out last night and surprised everyone with. There is no mistake. It's the master's envelope. Or... Although it had been Kinzo's envelope, the author of the letter Maria had read out loud and had been Kinzo. Question: how is it Western style? I don't fucking know. Do Japanese envelopes open from the other side? I don't know. Genji continued knocking a little harder and called out in a loud voice. Eva-sama. 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 This is Genji. Are you dead? Please answer me, Eva-sama. Eva-sama. But there's no response from the other side. Sometimes when the servants went to call some guests for a meal, the guests would be sleeping so deeply they wouldn't wake up. Sometimes these servants take a letter on the door to show that they had been called and then leave the guests be. However, despite that, Genji beat even harder on the door and called out Eva's name. But there's no answer. Please just be fucking. I know it's unlikely they're just fucking, but still. Kanon stuck his ear up to the door and holding his breath to listen for any sounds coming from the inside. Not very deep Google search, apparently. Huh. More you know. I hear something that sounds like the television. I don't sense anyone. The room might be empty. Genji took out a handkerchief and, careful not to touch it with his bare hands, gently pulled out the envelope which had been stuck under the door. It had been sealed with a deep red sealing wax. Without doubt, the mark of the sealing wax had come to the Ushigoromiya family head's ring. Eva-sama! 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 Please answer! Are you still in your room? Even so, there was still no answer. There was a chance that the two were aimlessly walking around the mansion. This was the home Eva had grown up in. There was plenty of reason to think she had gone out on a casual stroll. No, there isn't, not in these circumstances. Genji groped around in his pocket and pulled out a bundle of keys, including the one that would open the guest room. Genji-sama! Genji-sama? Ken also understood what this meant. They would sometimes allow a guest room so they could go in and out and do things like make the bed, only after they made sure the guest was out. Now, I am liking Genji for being like, fuck, there's been deaths, fuck etiquette, I'm going in. Genji doesn't care about etiquette, people are dying out here. Unlocking the door for a separate reason, expected to do so when there was a chance the guest was still in there and without their permission, was an action unbecoming of a servant. However, Genji had decided, well, the only problem had been his not having received a reply, he wouldn't have gotten this far. The envelope on the door was listed Kinzo's. Rather, one of the Western-style envelopes of the Ushigoromiya family head. And after last night, the sender of this envelope could be someone other than Kinzo. This letter had been sent by someone other than Kinzo. Genji, stop this. We're furniture. I'm a battering ram cannon. Boosh! Eva-sama. My apologies. Allow me to enter your room. After giving that final notice, Genji stuck one of the keys from the bottom of the keyhole. There was the sound of the door unlocking. I guess we're gonna learn if tear apart means fucking ripping their bodies in half. And then he slowly turned the knob and slowly started opening the door. Lights see through the crack of the door? Were they in the room? Or had they forgotten to turn out the lights? Clang. The sound of the door chain being pulled tightly. Imagine that on the catalyst, BB. Chain had been secured. Chain couldn't be secured from the outside. That meant they were in the room now. The sound of the voice of the TV seeped out of the room. Lights, the chain, the TV. All these made clear they were in the room. But there was no sign of them. Genji called Eva-sama once again through the crack of the door. There's no answer. Genji-sama, what should we do? As part of the job, the servants were able to unlock almost any door in the mansion. They had no way to open the door with a chain. Fuck it! This is an emergency? Break the fucker! The only way to get by the chain was to cut it. It was certainly not permitted as part of the servants' usual work. Creepy Chill was already rushing up their backs. Ken held his breath again and tried to send someone through the door. Even so, he's not able to sense anyone. I will call Madame. Cannon, cut the chain. Yes. As Cannon rushed away hurriedly to get a kunku, he was caught back by Genji. Wait, Cannon. Go back to the kitchen and take Kumasawa with you. What you do not act alone. Yes, certainly. It looked like Ken was wondering why he had to do something so troublesome in the middle of this urgent situation. But Genji had said it out of wariness. He didn't care what happened to himself. In the worst case scenario, he didn't want anything to happen to Cannon. Aww. In the kitchen was Kumasawa, who was piling up food on the serving carts. And Nanjo, who seemed to have thought of a move that would turn the tables on Genji and had been waiting his return, wanting to show him. But he realized that something was wrong with Genji's demeanor. Oh, what has happened, Genji-san? Elder Nanjo, my apologies, but please allow me to suspend this match for a time. Cannon, take care of the train. Kumasawa, stop setting up dinner from now on accompany Cannon. I'll go over to Madame. You were to come with me, Dr. Nanjo? Has something happened? Genji took Nanjo, who still didn't know what was going on, and quickly left the kitchen. Kumasawa-san, my apologies, please come with me. What happened, Cannon-san? Unable to take in the situation, Kumasawa said almost exactly the same thing as Nanjo. He chased after Ken, who had flown out into the hallway. Accompanied by Kumasawa, Cannon went to the storehouse. And amongst the tools packed in toolboxes and hanging on the walls, he looked for a tool that could be used to cut the chain. What are you looking for? I will help. We're cutting a door chain. There was a large bolt cutter. A door chain? Why would you do something like that? The chain is locked to Eva-sama and Hideyoshi-sama's room. Even though they should be inside, when we called to them, they didn't answer. It took Kumasawa some time to figure out how cutting the chain and Eva and Hideyoshi not answering were connected, but she did realize that this was an urgent situation. This would probably... Anna took down a very large bolt cutter that was hanging on the wall. It was called a cutter, but maybe it would be easier to understand to describe having the shape of a large pair of pliers. You got being warned that it was dangerous good that it easily cut off one of your fingers. Anna took that and rushed up the stairs. He knew it instinctively. He'd fight for every minute, every second to open it quickly. Or maybe, already. Please wait, son. If they're torn apart, it's possible for Maria to have killed them. True! In fact, if they were torn apart like an animal was killing them, it's impossible for any of these fuckers to kill them. Hurry. Kumasawa eventually caught up with him, gasping for air with both hands on her knees. When Cannon changed his grip on the bolt cutter and looked up at the door, he let out a struck speechless. Ah! Fuck! What is this? Kumasawa screamed weakly, her face pallid. That was no surprise. It's right here, on the door, just like the magic circle that had been drawn on the shutter of the Rose Garden storehouse. There was another eerie shape drawn with paint that looked like blood. Okay, now I'm even more sure. Maria's just fucking doing the circle shit. No way. Fuck you, Maria. You're doing this part of the shit. I'm now like 70% sure that the one who's drawing this shit is Maria. Not doing the killings, just fucking doing the drawings. However, it's dubious whether this one would be called a magic circle. Because unlike what most people think of as a magic circle, wasn't a circle with shapes installed inside it, but a slightly more geometrical shape. However, that strange non-alphabetical character written in the gaps of the figure were no doubt the same as the magic circle and the shutter. The thing that Ken struck speechless was not how eerie the magic circle was. Shouldn't have given her that etch-a-sketch. God damn it! Only months ago, this hadn't been here. He returned to the kitchen for a short while. Had gone to the storehouse, grabbed tool, and headed right back. But those gathered could have been more than 5 minutes. How could someone add something this creepy during that period of time? Just as his thought it had been drawn, almost like the door itself was bleeding. Several unsettling vertical lines slowly dripped down, getting longer and longer. Kumasawa's knees gave way and she sank down on the spot. If Kumasawa hadn't done this first, then Ken surely would have wanted to. Beatrice-sama. It's the work of Beatrice-sama! How horrid! Ken gulped and raided the bolt cutter and approached the door. This is why you say fuck it to the bolt cutter and fuck it to the door. Break it down with your fucking leg. It's just a lock. It's just a bolt lock. It's barely fucking anything. You're gonna be able to break down the entire... There's no way the door is steady enough to not... There's no way the lock's strong enough for you not to just break it down with a kick. But if he didn't get close, he couldn't cut the chain. Finding this cold feeling, he gulped again, and after gathering courage, went even closer, putting the bolt cutter against the chain. He then pressed with all his strength and cut through the chain far more easily than he had imagined. Nuke the site for more, it's only to be sure. Victor, I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but let's wait a couple more minutes. The cut chain fell into two separate parts, which continued clanging as they swayed back and forth. Oh, fuck. Kano-san, by your feet in an envelope. Isn't that the master's? Like Kumasawa had also noticed the Western-style envelope at the bottom of the door, and that the wax ceiling had been sealed with a head's ring. Ken was lost for just a second over whether he should open the letter first or check inside the room. But he decided to prioritize his original purpose. Ken pulled a handkerchief out of his pocket. That was so he wouldn't have to leave fingerprints on the door. His worst fears had been realized. Police would want to investigate this room too. Slowly pushed open the door. He was able to hear the sounds of the television that had been seeping out playing more clearly now. There's a fucking closet. Eva-sama. Eva was face up on the bed. I bet there were shoes still on? Oh, fuck. Kumasawa had fearfully entered after Cannon, who was hiding behind his back, screaming a short "Ee!" again after she saw Eva like that. Eva should have been the first part Cannon sees, so the incongruity of wearing shoes in bed was the first thing that entered his mind. After he shifted his line of sight towards Eva's head, Cannon could help but let out a short scream like Kumasawa. Right in the middle of Eva's forehead, something was... set there? Growing there? What the fuck? No. Right in the center of her head. An old-fashioned knife or some weapon like that was stuck right inside. Oh, fuck! It's Eva! It hasn't been updated yet. Still not updated. From the base where it was stuck in, blood dripped down, staining the sheets on the other side bright red. Kumasawa's knees gave way once more, and she sank down on the floor. Her mouth kept flopping open and closed, and she couldn't even scream. Eva, with some kind of weapon sound for her head, was dead. Both eyes were wide open. The image of the person who killed her must have been burned into them. The mouth with which to speak the truth had already been internally sealed. Even though the forehead was the last place they wanted to look, they couldn't tear their eyes away. Right there, the weapon was stuck into Eva's forehead. The thing was perfectly upright. And on the handle was designed so complicated you never see it as an ordinary weapon. That thing could be summed up with the word of coat. What did I say, Clips? Am I being stupid again? There's a vulgar object with a design that might have been some demon. What about Hideyoshi-sama? Hideyoshi-sama! Eva was on top of her bed, but the other bed was empty. Towards Hideyoshi, there's a closet. I'm taking backwards to Hideyoshi Kumasawa, still on our knees and stupefied. We checked the bathroom just in case. The moment he opened the door, he was greeted by steam and the sound of the shower. The room was of the same similar style as most hotel bathrooms, containing both a bath and a toilet. When taking a shower, a waterproof curtain was used to keep water from flying out. Oh, fuck! That waterproof curtain was half open. And now we're back to suspecting someone fucking else. Shit, both the original killers are dead. Lying tumbled down in the bathtub was Hideyoshi, completely naked, both eyes still open. And those eyes were pointing right at Cannon. Just like Eva, a weapon with the demonic design was stuck in his forehead. No fucking shit, that's demonic as fuck. His head had been under the hot water of the shower the whole time. His face wasn't half covered and filthy with blood like Eva's had been. But the sight of him dead while still taking a shower was tragic enough. Just then, Natsui's voice rang through the hall. It was probably coming with Genji. Again with the graffiti! What about this letter? What does it say inside? I've not read it yet. Shouldn't touch it carelessly. Cover's fingers might be left on it. We should hand over the police. No other way to leave it here. I'm sure they would have left fingerprints. Saying this with finality, Natsui picked up the envelope. In 4 seconds content, she handled them herself, when she found Eva dead. Eva-san! Madame, Hideyoshi-sama is here too. This is truly atrocious. How the fuck do they do this? Okay, now there's a lot of questions here because... You know what, maybe Hideyoshi isn't the type of person to fight back when he sees someone coming at him with a knife, but this is very fucking weird now. Cannon, turn off the shower. Don't let this be any more pitiful than it needs to. Yes. Cannon gripped his handkerchief and twisted the valve, turning off the shower. The bathroom, a small bottle of body soap had fallen with its cap off. Looked like he'd been attacked right in the middle of taking a shower. The spray of blood still clung tightly to the white bathtub, and the combination of red and white made a horrible contrast. Dr. Nanjo. I understand. No signs of post-mortem lividity. Figure remorse hasn't begun either. Barely on the hours passed since they were killed at that. Not even so, however, with such an ordinary, you do that to the skull. Ah, that too. Imagine. You'd have to, like, fucking hold them down to do that kind of shit. Doctor checked their pulse and their pupils, making sure in the desk once more. Scan watched this business-like treatment, he thought. Is Ken dead too? Thankfully not. Can you tell a glance that they're dead without doing all that? Now just thought about removing the weapon. After deciding that where it would be possible to better hand the scene over to the police without disturbing it, he left it alone. However, a close exam revealed of the base fluid, it was no blade. Rather, it wasn't shaped like a flat blade, like a conical. Notice that, rather than a knife, it was more like a short-handed spear, something with a shape better suited for thrusting and slicing. Yes, that makes it really fucking weird. What? Rather than short spear, some might call it a thick ice pick. At any rate, the original hideous purpose for which this weapon with its unsettling design was made. Exactly that purpose was carried out, were both displayed here in such glaring fashion there was absolutely no need for any further words to describe it. A dagger? It's a weird fucking dagger. It's like an ice pick, as I was saying. There's no sharp bit. There's no blade. It's just a point. Natsuki, hoping to escape the repulsive steam filling the bathroom as soon as she could, covered her mouth with a handkerchief and dashed from the room. Just viewing their gruesome bodies for an instant had been enough to burn the image in her eyes. If she looked in her armor any longer, that image would surely remain in her vision for all of eternity. There's no way Maria could have killed him at the very least. You're right about that, Carrie. There are so many questions here now. I don't know, man. Maybe Maria's on gear and we just can't tell. The rising urge of Vaughn was against the same feeling she'd had that morning in the gardening storehouse. Ah, it's been updated. Yeah, it's reflected of where the injuries are. Found in the bed of the guest room inside the mansion with a weapon resembling an ice pick having been rammed into her forehead. The windows and door in the room were locked on the inside. Even the chain was set. No way a human could have killed her. Maria, I don't believe you quite. Maria, I don't fucking believe... Maria! Oh, great, Maria! You've proven to Mallory could have been a human. Fuck you! Maria, what the fuck? Are you in cahoots with Beatrice or whoever the fuck's doing this? Okay, guys, I'm 98% sure Maria's involved in the killings now. Found in the bathroom, the same guest room that Eva was found in, with a weapon resembling an ice pick having been rammed in his forehead, just the same as Eva. Can't see either of them by looking through the gap of the door where the chain is set. Can't see and can't reach. Go on. Could you have killed them then? A nice pick to the forehead. That's code. Carrie, this is not the time for the jokes. Okay, so shit. Maria, how are you involved with the murders? Yo, chill with the jokes. Scary! Great. And tomorrow she reveals herself. Ah, fuck. Either tomorrow Beatrice makes an appearance, or tomorrow we're all just saying it's Beatrice. Great. Lovely. For a while, naturally, you couldn't help but stand with her back facing the guest room, finding that sickness in her stomach. Anyway, can't let the kids... Can't let George go to see this room. Quickly, close this room up! Okay, is this teaching all of you not to fucking go anywhere in pairs less than 3? Grace's no. Should be shown to them. Ghost son saw this parents in this bruised state. The reckless approaching footsteps were obviously George's even before he came flying into the room. Sorry, you shouldn't go in pairs less than 3. I'm fucking an idiot. I don't know how English works. Do we need that? Take me home, country roads. Those are highways. Oh fuck. George and the other children were waiting in the parlor. They had seen Genji call Natsuki out and noticed her turn pale and flat room, and a feeling that he might have been the bearer of bad news. And when they saw a large group of people gather around the guest room, they were sure of it. Father! Mother! What is this? Another magic circle? Auntie Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi are safe, right? Hey, Kanekun! What's this all about? Valor-sama. Ken didn't have anything to say. George screamed after he ran into the room and told them everything they needed to know. Shit. Now we've got a fucking very important question too. Okay, based on these fucking comments by Maria, because Maria's making the comments about these 2 deaths are literally done in a way to fucking provoke Battler. What the fuck, Maria? Who did this? I'll kill you! I'll kill you! George-kun, hang in there, dear. I have a question. Does the story need to be set in 1986? I don't know. Actually touched George's shoulder with her hand, but he finally shook her off. George collapsed to the floor beside Eva, buried his face in the bed in front of his mother's face, wailing. He pounded the bed with his fists over and over again. It makes you wonder if there's a reason this is set in 1986. Fuck, I hope. I don't know. On the fourth link, gouge the head and kill. Jessica's technically the head of the family now. Oh, fuck. Or, well, not Sui's really, but... George! Nisa... Hang in there! Huh? Valor? Valor-sama. Valor has his back against the wall of the hallway, and was, without restraint, covering his eyes with his right hand and weeping. Horrible. That's horrible. Goes to the girl he loved and lost her the next day. The same day even his mom and dad were killed. That was way too damn harsh. Of course he felt sorry for everyone who had died. Valor felt far more sorry for those who had been left alone by the deaths of others. Everyone here now had lost someone close to them. So you don't think it needs to be in 1986 for this plot to work? So there must be a reason for it. Did anything happen in Japan in 1986? George wasn't the only one he felt sorry for. However, George's pain was far greater than everyone else's. Battler? Sure, all people die sooner or later. You're human, the day is going to eventually come when you've got to fight the sorrow of losing someone close to you. It was right at the start of the bubble economy, BB. Okay, so... Start of the bubble economy. So it was a chance to make a shit ton of money. I don't know what that means enough, though. Didn't that take me far in the future, Aniki? There's no such as him one at a time. Horrible. It's too horrible. Bastard! Bastard! Don't you have his life's been of human compassion? Looking at the wiki for real life events, nothing interesting in September 1986. Okay. There was a torrential downpour in August, though? It's currently October. Don't cry. Everyone will come back and they go and land, right? Maria tried to comfort Valor in a mechanical sounding voice. Valor finally wiped his eyes. Damn it. I won't cry anymore. Because I regret tears of sadness, I won't shed them again. Yeah. No goddamn good at all. The witch is backing us into a corner. In November, a religious cult burned 7 bodies. Oh! That's a bit too close. We're always on the defensive. That's no good. It's no good, damn it. I'll flip over the chessboard. That bastard probably thinks of us like sheep. Cowering in fear tomorrow with no way of running. But guess what? I'll flip it over. I've asked can't get this island till tomorrow either. We won't be the ones signing away pissing ourselves. That fucker will! I'm supposed to. You'll see. By tomorrow? No, forget tomorrow. Tonight! Before this night's over, I'll be gripping you by the collar. Dude, there's like fucking there's 5 hours left. What the fuck do you mean? Why the fuck is there no time?
この部屋は警察が来るまでこのままにして施錠します。
Why isn't there a time now? You've made me really nervous, game. Fuck you. At any rate, we'll lock this room and leave everything as it is until the police come.
いいですね。
All agreed. Natsuki proclaimed it as though she didn't care whether they agreed or not. If anyone had a right to object, it would have been George, but he looked as though he had shed enough tears. Still facing away from them, George nodded slightly and rose to his feet, and everyone else agreed in response. It's a matter of time, BB, and they're running out. Natsuki still hadn't opened the head's Western-style envelope she had picked up. And since they would have all been leaving the room now, she decided she would unseal it in the parlor where everyone could watch. And now I'm questioning if maybe the letters... it doesn't... No. I don't think Natsuki... not Natsuki. I don't think Maria could have written these letters. I don't... Doesn't feel right. As soon as they walked out into the hallway to head back to the parlor, someone immediately felt something out of place. Maybe sensed something strange. Stinky! You noticed it too, Maria? What is this stench? It smells awful. Maria doesn't seem to the language here is the right Western-style letters. Yeah, you're not wrong, Carrie. Also, wouldn't that be the literal shit and piss that the corpses excreted? That's a thing. As they all sniffed the air, they noticed a horribly foul, burnt smell. Okay, shouldn't be burnt though. Unlike anything any of them ever smelled before, drifting through the hallway. I will go quickly check the kitchen. Try to turn the flame off. After knowing the burnt smell was natural for Kumasawa, who had just been cooking the kitchen, suspecting that her own clumsiness has caused it. Kumasawa hastily dashed away. Gun, go with Kumasawa. Don't let her be alone. Yes. After nodding at Genji's orders, Kanon went chasing after her. The others, although they did not run, also followed in order to search for the source of the smell. Ew! Stinky! It truly is. The stench that makes the nose wrinkle. However, I'm not sure it would be safe to open a window for ventilation. Natsuki was lunged open the doors in a situation where self-defense was so important. Let us run the fan. I don't believe there will be any need to open the windows. George Aniki? Okay if I talk to you? Gotta find the killer and have no problems. Seeing that George already climbed out of the abyss of his sorrow. All that filled his chest now was the quiet flame of hatred towards the killer who had stolen the lives of his beloved parents. Chain for the room was set. I could tell by looking at it, I'm positive they couldn't be opened from the outside. In other words, that means it was a perfect locked room. I think, depending on how the chain was made, it might be possible to open it from the outside without breaking it. It's a very iffy might, though. But more importantly, there's no way for you to close it back up from the outside. You might be able to open it from the outside, but you definitely can't close it from the outside. That's what makes it more concerning. Yes, it does. In that case, the Rose Garden storehouse, they might have sneaked the shutter just key out of the servant room. Secret passages in the house? It's the... It would be the only thing that immediately makes sense, but... In that case, I feel like you should be able to find it without... I mean, I guess it could be difficult, but... It's a bit cliche, yes. The thing about secret passages is there has to be empty space in the floor plans. Like, there's gotta be places where a passage could exist at all. If the rooms, if like the floor between the rooms isn't thick enough, then you couldn't do it at all. Maybe they had a good key. There's many ways they could have done it. This chain is different. Monks generally use locking techniques. The chain is the simplest one to create a locked room with. Only chain will block everyone coming from the outside as long as it isn't physically broken. Does that mean the cupboard could have gone in or out through the door? That's interesting. You're always going to seem to remember everyone making a fuss over how to get out of room without using the door. God, we are talking about blockchains. Not the blockchain. Get me the fuck off. Back then, everyone had been making a fuss over how grandfather had disappeared from his room. There's a receipt that Auntie Eva had stuck in the room door on a whim. It was real the door had remained sealed. Since Aunt Natsuya had been the only person to enter or exit during that time, she had come under suspicion. Auntie Eva had proposed a theory about how Aunt Natsuya might have thrown grandfather out of the window and left by the door herself. This door is much simpler. It was sealed from the inside by the door chain. The window had also been closed from the inside, and the bodies had been in the room. This time it really was, without exaggeration, a true locked room. That's right. To include grandfather's disappearance, 3 accidents have occurred, and all 3 times the door has been the point of interest. The first with the shutter. There was a key in the server room, and if someone knew about that, this can't really be called a locked room. Wait, so, Eva's actions kind of make Natsuki the prime suspect for her death. You're not wrong, Carrie. The only obvious issue is then, well, how the fuck did Natsui do it? As Battler's about to go over, this is a real locked room case. Insofar as there is no, like, presence in the parlor. Yeah, and also that's correct too from clips. She was in the parlor almost the entire time. How the fuck could she have done it? How could anyone have done it? Unless it comes up that she fucked off for a while. Yeah, so let's see. What we know so far is that what characters were together? Maria, Battler, and George. George and Jessica were all in the parlor watching TV. Nanjo, Genji, Kanon, and Kuwasawa were all in the kitchen preparing food, or, well, these 2 are playing chess. Were you in the parlor too? Next is his door sealed by the receipt. It sounds like I don't know where she was. Yeah, which is concerning, but how it's done means a lot to me. So even if the only one who could have done it is Natsui, it doesn't... If I can't find an explanation for how she did it, then I'm not going to be satisfied. She could let grandfather out through the window or throw him out, and she would have been able to lock the window before leaving. Or, like my crazy theory, he could have hidden until the receipt was gone and left the room later. Basically, this door can be defeated with a handful of desperate tricks. In that sense, you really can't call this one a locked room either. It's just right now, she's the only suspect, because we know where everyone else was. Yeah. Very concerning. The only thing we have to work with is the 5-minute gap between Hanin and Genji finding the door closed and when they came back and opened the door. That's the only time we have completely unaccounted for when things were starting to go in chaos. Finally, we have to give up. The window, the door, everything had been locked from the inside. It was a perfect locked room. Like, the only way they could have died is suicide, essentially. Which is... And she had a fight with Eva earlier when where she pulled the gun, yeah. Like, but... Where did the strange daggers come from? You know? Like... Fuck, even more importantly, wouldn't someone have blood on them at this point? Like, think about the blood splatters that were on... Like, before you can kind of try and reason that maybe they used a gun to kill the other 6. So they weren't close, so there was no risk of any blood or anything staining their clothes they were wearing. But it'd be hard to plunge an ice pick in your forehead, that too. But like, with Hideyoshi, there was blood everywhere where he was. Cleaned up because of the shower, yes, but blood doesn't exactly clean out of clothes easily. So, someone would have to have blood on them, right? There would have to be blood somewhere on some article of clothing at this point. The first hadn't been a locked room because everyone could be suspected. The second had been a locked room because Aunt Nazi could be suspected. We have to assume they're in the same clothes. That too, Carrie. So... Even Natsu, yeah. So in this case, it's either Kinzo fucking did it, or the 19th person did it. Okay, then. So, I guess the most likely theory right now is the 19th person is working with Maria. It's the only thing that I can come to that makes any sense, but who doesn't answer how the door was closed? This time, no one can be suspected. This room was a perfectly locked room, sealed by a door chain that denied access equally to everyone. In that case, did the culprit carry out the crime without entering the room? Some method from outside the room? What, like fucking tossing them out at them? A good thought. It's a chain, so even though it can't be opened wide enough for a person to fit through, you can open it at a small crack. The culprit could knock on the door to make them peer out before attacking them, or... Wait, is that too naive? Yeah, it is. And if his bottom and lying right next to the door, then it might have been plausible. She was on the bed in the center of the room. Nago Hideyoshi was even in the bathroom. I mean, a crack in the door, you can't even see them, and you couldn't even reach them with your hands. Damn it, this is no good at all. I don't have any clue. Something's tugging softly in my sleeve. It was Maria. Are you a demon child of the minute?
Ooh.
Ooh.
満足
Satisfied? Demon child it is.
満足って。
What do you mean satisfied? Demon child it is. Okay.
バトラは親族の誰かを
Since you
疑
didn't
う
want
の
to doubt
が
any of
嫌
your
だから
relatives, you made a
犯
wish,
人はベア
saying
ト
that
リ
you
ーチ
wanted
であって
comfort to
ほ
be
しいと
Beatrice,
願ったよ
right?
だからベアトリーチ
Well,
は
Beatrice
叶え
granted your wish.
たバトラが言った通
Just
り
she said she did it in a way that no
絶
human
対
could
に人
to
間
make
に
you
は
believe
無
in the
理なこと
witch.
をしてバトラに魔女の存在を信じさせてくれた
I don't want to believe that it was Beatrice, but besides, like, you give up on solving a mystery when you just go, it's magic. But in this case, it is really fucking questionable.
なのにわがまま
Yet you're being stubborn. Yeah, you fucking demon child. She's in demon child mode. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. You think we should set aside magic for now? I agree there, Carrie. So that's why I'm not resorting to accepting that it's magic, because it's like, I don't believe it's a lot more fun. It is a lot more fun, but also the story's been way too grounded so far overall. I do not believe it's gonna be magic. I'm on Battler's side with this overall. It's weird, but they haven't checked for secret passages. I know that is kind of ridiculous, but they really need to check for them. Ouch! I tapped Maria was laughing unpleasantly on her head with my fist.
Oh,
Sure. Thanks for granting it.
今のはその礼と
I was accepting my gratitude and a free lesson in not laughing at times like this.
指導だそれより教え
More
やがれ
importantly, tell me,
エヴァおばさんたちの部
there's
屋の
more
扉に
mysterious graffiti on the door to Auntie
また怪しげな
Eva and
書き
Uncle
出されていた
Hideyoshi's room. He's taking up Rosa's mantle! It's a murder mystery. The answer is it's magic, then it's just a slasher fic.
あれもまた魔法陣
Was that another magic circle? But now she's a demon child. It's fine to hit her because she's a demon child.
あれは特に
It was
覚えやすい
especially memorable and
特徴的な形なんだから
So I
あ
hope
の
you
く
at
らい
least
知
know
ってて
that
ほしい
one.
ね
知らねえから花を
I
戻
don't
すってや
know.
ってん
That's why I
だ
handed the stage over to you.
ごちゃごちゃ言わね
Why
え
didn't
で
explain?
解説しろい
バトラは暴力
You
的
sure
だね
are violent, Battler.
あんまり意地
I
悪
won't tell
す
you
ると
what you mean.
教えないよ
Get it?
あ痛い
Ow! He did it a third time! We're beating the devil out of this child!
言うよこのげんこつ男
Oh, say it, you brutish man. Originally, when Rosa hit Maria, this is horrible, this is horrendous. Battler hitting Maria now? Yeah, go Battler, go! That's the first magic of Circle of the Moon.
何の意味がある
It's different, Carrie says. What does it mean?
その魔法陣のご
What
利
is
益
this magic circle's benefit?
書かれてるヘブライ語の意
What
味
does the
が
Hebrew writing mean?
記されているのは旧
The
約
words
聖
are from the
書
Old
詩編
Testament,
第107編の
107 verse 16.
主は聖
For
堂
he
の
has broken
扉
the
を
gates of
破
brass and cut
り
through
鉄
the
の
bars of
冠を
iron.
打ち破ってくださいました魔法陣の効用は2つ
This magic circle has two effects.
一つは
First, you can open
いかなる
any
方
door
法によって
regardless
閉
of
ざ
the method
さ
used
れ
to
た
lock
扉
it.
でも開くことができる
Wait, Maria can read ancient Hebrew? Yes. Apparently. I know children have a lot of time to themselves, but I will also question where the fuck she got the time to learn Hebrew.
そりゃ便利な魔法だ
Sure is convenient magic. Their witches are claiming this to be a door that can't be opened without relying on the power of magic.
開けぬ密室の扉っていう
But
魔女様のアピール
this magic circle wasn't on the door at first. It really doesn't seem like she has a complete grasp of Japanese. Yes, it's very odd. Let alone ancient Hebrew. Yeah, but okay, Badler doesn't know yet, but this symbol wasn't on the door at first. So, is it being suggested by the witch then that Grandpa's Westview, clearly their family are Christian, she learned it at the Bible study, you know. Is it being suggested that in the 5 minutes it took to open the door, that they were killed? They were alive until during those 5 minutes they were killed? I mean, I suppose it's not impossible. Wait a second. Actually, the more I think about it, the more sense that can make. Because obviously someone inside the room, unless Kennen and Genji are lying about not being there. No, we have the not narrator confirming it for us in this case. I believe that it wasn't there. So you obviously can't make the magic circle if you're inside the room. So you can only do that if you're outside the room. So the person left it. It's not important how they got inside the room. What is important is how they closed the room. That's the real mystery here. How did the killer close the room? Okay, let's see if they can give us an explanation for that.
もう一つの紅葉は
And the other effect?
開かぬ
It
扉
takes
を
the
八
unopening
方
door as
塞がりの
representation
被
of
害
an
に見立
untenable
て
situation
扉を
and opens
開
it.
く難解な
By
事
using
態の
it
時に
in a
用いる
difficult
こと
situation,
でそれまで
it gives
思
you
いつきも
a
し
solution
な
you
かっ
hadn't
た
even
解
thought of
決
until
策
then.
を与えてくれるんだよ。平たく言うと
Put simply, it
観
grants the powers
察
of
力や
observation,
洞
discernment,
察力、
inspiration,
ひらめ
and
きや直
intuition.
感を授けてくれるんだね。ベアトリーチェはバトラごとき人間風情にこの扉の開き方がわかるものかって挑発してるんだよ。
Beatrice is trying to provoke you lowly humans, and she thinks there's no way you could even understand how this door was opened. Ouch!
よーしもう黙れ
Alright,
ご苦
good
労
work. Now shut up. This will be fine.
上等だぜ
I accept that witch's challenge.
その魔女の挑戦受け
マリアちゃん
Maria-chan,
この世に魔
looks
女
like
も
witches
悪魔も
demons don't
存
exist
在
in
し
this world.
父さんと母さんは誰かが殺した
Someone killed father and mother.
それが僕
I
の
don't know
よ
whether
く知
that
る
was
人
someone I
間
know
な
or
のか
not.
知らない人間なのかはわからないでも
But either way, it was
その
definitely a
どちらで
human.
あっても必ず人間なんだ
しかし
Yeah, but
どうやって
how? I'm really thinking about this. Do we need to know how they got in the room? No, we really don't need to know how they got in the room. They could have already been in the room. Fucking Eva and Hideyoshi could have let them into the room, for God's sake. So, the reason we don't need to figure out how they got in the room. Because once they're in the room, they can lock the windows, they can do whatever the fuck they want inside. Not important. It's not as important as the locking of the door and the chain. Because you could not have possibly locked the chain from the inside, then have gotten out anyway, unless there was a hidden passage. So in that case, they have to lock the door from the outside, which means the question is, of course, how could someone put the chain on from the outside? That's the only way a human could have done this. How do they reseal the room after the deed? Yeah, that's the important part here. As they reached them through the cracking door that couldn't have been more than 10 centimeters wide. At any rate, I can only stand the stench. What in the world could it be? Oh, right, there's something stinky right now. That does assume everyone is telling the truth. 10 centimeters is about 4 inches. That's... Harry, I think that line was right, was fine. I don't think he was spoiling there or anything. He's just theorizing too. If 10 centimeters is 4 inches, then... It's hard to tell with Rush, but he'll back off, you apologize. Yeah, let's trust Rush to moderate himself for right now. If he says something like, I don't fucking know. Actually, Beatrice did it this way, this way, and then it turns to be out perfectly true, we can kind of just go, okay, Rush, that was a fucking spoiler. Ken and Kumasawa, who had gone ahead and realized before they even reached the kitchen that the smell wasn't coming from there. That was because on their way to the kitchen, they noticed that an even thicker wave of stench was rising up from the stairs leading to the basement. What the fuck is happening? The boiler room. I wonder if there's something wrong with the boiler again. Those stairs led to the underground boiler room. Mansion's boiler was old and had been playing up recently. Both of them had witnessed problems with the boiler on several occasions, but they never smelled it belching out a stench like this before. Slam. Oh, that sound! Oh, Cannon looks fucking horrified. The sound they heard from this had definitely been the sound of a door closing. Although she did phrase it as a question, Kumasawa too had realized the sound couldn't have been anything else. Oh, fuck. That does assume everyone is telling the truth, is what Rush said earlier. Kumasawa was so surprised at the sound that her knees gave way yet again. She cowered. Because at that very moment, no one could have been in the boiler room. Just a few seconds ago, everyone had crowded around together in Eva and Hideyashi's room. Just who caused the sound of a door closing just now? Kanon-san! Kanon-san! Instantly gathering the situation, Kanon ran down towards the basement. Since they heard the sound of the door closing just now, there's no trace of someone climbing the stairs. It meant the person who had closed the door was down inside the boiler room. The other room had been dead and Ken would have rushed in so hastily. Ken was concerned, so she knew. There were 2 entrances, one that opened to the mansion, one that opened to the courtyard. So if you didn't chase them now, they might slip away. Kumasawa reached the same conclusion long after Ken did. She shouldn't let him go alone. The thing in the boiler room was a killer. Tony could easily kill 6 adults in the first murder. Yes, very concerning. The Cannon would be no match if he's going to confront them alone. Of course, by this argument, Kumasawa joining him alone wouldn't mean anything, but at any rate, after the leg, Kumasawa decided she mustn't let Cannon go alone, and she dashed down the stairs. At that time, Ken was already in the boiler room. The boiler room's characteristic damp heat tormented him. It had always been an unpleasant, smelly, and hot place. And on top of that, room was full of that horrible stench, which made Cannon feel like he was going to be this, oh fuck, someone burned a body. There's doubt this room was the origin. Oh, it comes from the boiler room. Is someone's body been burnt to fucking ash? In that case, Cannon should have been searching for where the smell was coming from. However, Cannon kept gazing forward as he grabbed a hatchet from a tool shelf just off the side of the door. Cannon stretched out his hand because he wanted a hatchet, and wanted to grab a weapon, any weapon. Why? Cannon gazed in darkness with a naked light bulb couldn't pierce. Then he answered.
数字と赤
In
黒にかけ
roulette,
て
you bet
配
a
当
number
を
of
競
the
い合う
colors, red or black, vying for a payoff.
だが
However, low risk bets like red or black
赤か黒が
only offer similarly low
リス
payoff.
クの低い賭けは
Words coming from Ken's mouth were swallowed up by the darkness. Darkness suddenly started to swirl, glittering. Fuck, it's the butterflies. It was a very fantastical scene. Golden sparkling butterflies had hidden the shadows all over the boiler room, flapped their wings, swinging beautifully, and disappeared in the darkness, gathering together. What the fuck? Ken continued speaking, directing his words to the darkness as it swallowed the butterflies up. As those sides gathered up in the darkness, they they must have laughed. He can't continue to speak without faltering in the slightest.
逆に
On the other hand, if you bet on
よ
something
り
with lower
的中
probability,
率の低い賭け
you receive
方
a
をする
payoff proportional to the risk.
そう親方様は
Master called succeeding despite an
天文
astronomical
学
risk,
的な
a
リスクを
miracle.
的中できることをその結果
He
得
called the
られる
astronomical
天
payoff
文
gained
学的
as
な
a
配
result
当
of
を
magic.
魔法と呼んでいた親方様
I
と
have
お
no
前
interest what
は
kind of magic you and the master were
ど
seeking
ん
when you
な魔
spun that
法を求め
roulette.
てルーレットに挑んでいるのかしかし
But you forgot something.
ルーレットに
You
は
forgot that roulette has a pocket that is neither
赤で
red
も
nor
黒で
black.
もない目が出うることをわず
Roulette had a special pocket called zero, which means the house takes everything in certain variants of the game. Meaning that all the coins found on the table will be swept up, just as though everyone had to forfeit.
僕は
I set my
一
heart
つ
on
だ
one
け
thing,
心に決めていたもし
that if
シャノンが
Shannon
殺
were
さ
to
れ
be
て
killed and I were left alive,
僕が生き残るようなことがあったならこの身を投げ出
I
して
ring this roulette of yours to
お
ruin,
前のルーレ
even
ッ
at the
トを
cost of
全
my
て台
life.
無しにしてやろうとこれは
This isn't one of the master's rules.
親方様が決めた
It
ルー
certainly isn't one of yours.
ルましてやお前が決めたルールでもないこのルールは
I
僕
made
が
this
作
rule
った
myself.
僕は
I'm not furniture anymore.
もう家具じゃない
Oh shit! Cannon's standing up for themselves.
お前のルーレットの
I'm the zero of
ゼ
your
ロなん
roulette.
だ
Oh fuck! Ken's face twisted with humiliation. His fear had been dealt ridicule in response to his self-denial. Ken's brow creased further, and a furious expression he had never shown anyone appeared on his face. The hand grasped the hatchet was shaking. His sweat became drops which slid down. His motion causing Ken's hand to shake was not anger alone. However, Ken suppressed that emotion.
僕はもうお前の言葉に惑わされたり
Everyone
は
at
しない
table is still furniture cannon. Is that what fucking Beatrice is saying right the fuck now? Hey, is Beatrice on here? No? Good. Is Kenan dead? No. Good.
悪魔のルーレ
This is
ッ
where
ト
the
は
demon's
これ
roulette
でおしまい
ends.
だ
What?
地獄にてさらに1000年次の召喚者を
Wait
待
another
つがい
1,000
い
years in hell for your next
ベア
summoner.
ドリーチェ
Beatrice! When a cannon swung the hatchet upwards and tried to dive in the darkness definitely sneered. Jeered the courage at vulgar, lazy, futile, meaningless. Ah! Cannon, his hatchet still held aloft. Couldn't take another step after that. The clang, hatchet that Cannon had been grasping fell and rolled on the floor. And following that with a pair of thuds, Cannon's knees hit left, then right. That hand, which looked like it was trying to catch the sky now that the hatchet had been dropped, gradually lowered, rested on his chest. Then the other hand did the same. Oh, fuck. Right there was a handle with a demon-shaped design engraved in it. Same way weapon that had been stabbed into Eva and Hideyashi's foreheads was in Ken's chest. Where the fuck is everyone getting this shit from? The 19th person exists! They also fucking killed Cannon! Oh shit! That isn't going according to the fucking bullshits. That ain't according to this shit at all. That's not according to the epitaph, right? Wait. Hold on a fucking second. Let's lose their head. No, it's... Fresh blood drove from the corner of Cannon's mouth as a twist in anguish. It was makeup too powerful for Cannon's white skin. Around this scene, the glittering goat butterflies danced mesmerizingly through the darkness. It was a beautiful, beautiful dance. A few marks of tribute, ridicule, and a contempt for a single boy's self-sacrifice. Ken had already been prepared for his own death. I mean, who knows what kind of weird occult shit Kinzo has in his studies. Okay, understandable, Rush. How fucking many of these daggers does he have, though? Or did the killer bring like 20 of them with them? But he attempted one last measure of resistance to reject death, and at least the form had been delivered to him. With both hands, he grasped the handle of the weapon sinking into his chest. He gritted his teeth at the acute, unearthly pain. He pulled it out. For only a moment, a bright red spray gushed out. It made an unpleasant bloop sound. It probably resembled the sound of Cannon's soul as it was sucked into the swamp of the dead.
Cannon-san?
Cannon-san! You assume at least as many of their references to stabbing the epitaph. Let's see how many references we got in this fucker. Tear apart. Okay, they weren't fucking torn apart. They were just killed. Gouge the head and kill. No, that wasn't the head. Gouge the chest. That's a bit ahead of the fucking time. Gouge the stomach. Kumasawa screamed at the incomprehensible sight in front of her. They were torn apart metaphorically. Cannon was lying in a pool of blood. Kumasawa's heart was a complete mess. Ah, what a terrible fate. He would have been killed if I had been with him. Ah, what an incredible fortune. What the fuck? If I had been with him, I might have been killed too. Kumasawa. What? As her gamer expression filled with complete confusion, all the muscles of her face were pulled up. All as if she was smiling or crying. No one could have made fun of an expression as this. What is it, Kumasawa? Answer me, Kumasawa! The first one to dash in was Nachi, with rifle at the ready. Valor and Genji gasped in after her. Normally, they probably would have started discussing the origin of the possible of that violent stench filling the boiler room. However, they saw Ken, who was lying on the ground as if he were drowning in blood of his own. Drowning in an ocean of his own blood. The stench wasn't important anymore. Cannon! Answer me! Genji, bring Dr. Naruto here! Nachi realized even though Ken was on the verge of death, he was still conscious, so he sent Genji to get the doctor. Nachi, holding the rifle aloft, faced it on at the center of the boiler room and shouted, "Who is hiding over there? Come out quietly! If you don't come out from there, I'll shoot without mercy!" A flashlight! Andy, let's light him up! To get better, thinking quickly, they took a large flashlight from a shelf along the door and used a light to cut through the darkness Nachi was going into. The light only shone a mechanical-looking piping and a door. The door had been left open in a small crack. It was obvious that someone had left through there in a hurry. Aunt Nachi, where's that door go? Kenji, where's the door lead to? The courtyard. Like, how did you get away, you damn bastard! Now let a war cry, he slammed in the door. Cold air from outside suddenly rushed in. There's some thin, rough stairs leading up. Ballard ran up them, shouting, "Wait, Ballard! Jesus, don't be alone!" Nachi also rushed to the stairs, chasing after Ballard. At the top was the courtyard. The courtyard of the mansion had been built strictly for lighting purposes, so it wasn't a very elegant place. As it was surrounded on all sides, the air was calm, completely undisturbed, even though they could hear the sound of strong winds. There's only the gentle, sorrowful rain. Please don't be an updated character. He's not been updated. He might be alive. Through the cold, scattered raindrops, Ballard dashed up the stairs into the courtyard, where he looked in every direction. Of course, the odds of him finding a suspicious silhouette just hanging around nonchalantly were pretty much zero. Fowler turned around, looking in all directions, then turned again and again. He kept saying till he almost lost his sense of direction. He prayed that he would see the cupboard somewhere in the scenery, but there was no chance. All I saw he spun was more and more of the mansion's heartless walls and windows. Furthermore, there was 2 entrances in the mansion of the courtyard, and neither of them were locked. Because the courtyard couldn't be entered from the outside of the mansion, the doors had been built without locks. He couldn't tell which one they had left through. He had to give up. Fowler pounded the wall with his fist, swearing. Fowler-kun, you must run by yourself. Fowler-kun? Fowler pushed his head against the wall and scratched out with his fingernails as he cried. Shit. Shit! Shit! Heavy Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi! And now Cannon-kun too? You killed 6 whole people! And that was enough so you killed 3 more! Fuck you! Fuck you! Heavy Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi were always fun and kind to us! I just met Cannon-kun yesterday, but I'm trying to get along fine with them! Why did you kill them? Why? Why? When people die, they will come back to life again, you know? I'm gonna sprout again like bamboo shoots! Why would you kill them? Why? Gary, people die when they're killed, and Fowler is sad about that shit. Fowler was a boy who could understand the feelings of pain and regret in a person's heart. So he cried. All his strength. Naturally, I always thought Fowler was a strong person. He was also surprised that he had this delicate side. At the same time, I understood how easily hurt the heart of a young person could be. So she held him. It's alright. I will definitely protect you, George-kun, Maria-chan, and Jessica. As a mother, as a representative of the Ushiromiya family. Well, fuck. This confirms it. At the very least, if there's at least one murderer, it's none of the other people here. It can only be Kinzo or the 19th. Fowler, after stopping Natsui's chest for a while, wiped his tears with a bitter smile and tried to convey that he had cried more than enough already, just as he had done the times before. Anyway, let's go back down for now. Putting ourselves a higher priority than finding the culprit. Tomorrow, the boat will arrive. If that happens, the police will come and everything should be brought to light. There's no way to kill him except decide. You will obviously struggle. Right. When the police come, when the seagulls cry, the crime will be solved. But for some reason, Violet felt a slight size of uneasiness, as if the seagulls would never cry again. That couldn't be true. The time being passes, lively seagulls should return to the harbor again. I returned to the boiler room along with Aunt Natsui and told the room weekly that we hadn't found anything. They told me that Ayaka Nanjo and George Anaki had carried Cannon-kun to the servant room. The servant room had a first aid kit in the sink and could apparently function as a nurse's office. Kumasawa-san and Jessica had accompanied them. Stains of Cannon's blood remained on the floor. There's been a large amount of blood lost and the ruthless shape of the weapon that had fallen unceremoniously to the ground. I feared that Dr. Nanjo's treatment would probably end in vain. It was doubtless the same type that had been stuck in Aunt Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi's foreheads. They're not declared dead yet by the fucking character section. We're fine. Wait, isn't that the design of the handle a little different? Wait, what? There's gonna be small differences in that part. Show me. So as far as the overall shape was concerned, the weapons were all of the same type. No, show me what the fuck the difference is. Although it had been brutal, we'd left the weapons stuck into Auntie Eva and Uncle Hideyashi's to preserve the crime scene. So this was the first time I was able to have the perfect view of the entire weapon. Show it to me. Indeed, the weapon is not blade length, but shaped like an ice pick. Or rather, a thin stake. And also, a spiral-shaped design, sort of like a drill. Use a disturbing analogy. It looked like something that might be driven into the hearts of human sacrifices in some demonic ritual. Including the handle was about 25 centimeters long. Half of that was a stake-shaped part, which was stained with deep red blood. The length of the blood-stained part made it clear just how deeply he must have penetrated into Kanon-kun's chest. Could Kanon have stabbed himself? Maybe? Like, maybe Kanon imagined that shit? And, like, it really depends, because if... No one's mentioned the hatchet, have they? So... If no one mentions the hatchet... Then that's just a bit weird. But Natsu and the rest were not even looking at the weapon, instead standing in front of the incinerator where the horrible stench was emanating from. They probably pulled that out of the furnace where it must have been burning. Still smoldering kept sending out dense waves of that awfully unpleasant smell. Genji-san and Maria were staring down at it. Natsu probably couldn't even look directly at it. She kept shaking her head back and forth at it. You thought he'd seen everything that could have happened. Nothing could surprise me anymore, but this was... They stood there while moaning with a rising urge to vomit. The true nature of that unfamiliar stench was the charred smell from within this incinerator of a burning corpse. Clothes to serve the body and the hair were all hideously burned. That congested corpse was a state where not the face, nor the gender, nor even the age could be guessed at. And when I thought about it, I realized no corpse appearing at this time could only be one person. Grandfather. He disappeared that morning, whose whereabouts had been unknown. I believe it was most likely the Masters. I agree. That he would pass away in such a state. How heartrending. But is there any proof that this corpse really is grandfather? Birds so black, can't even see what sex it is. Alakun, look at the feet. And Natsu, it usually takes a bit for stuff to update. I know, but I'm paranoid. And Natsu, with her hand geared straight up her mouth and her eyes averted, pointed and told me to look at the burnt corpse's feet. The toes on both feet. Look closely. Huh? You're right. As Genji had said, there were 6 toes on each foot. What? Each toes have been reached so normally that I wouldn't have noticed. Those are these uniquely characteristic toes since birth. Oh! Did we know that before? Consequently, Master showed the revival of the Ushiro-miya family. Remember that since long ago, cases of polydactyl were common in the Ushiro-miya family. It's probably hereditary. Polydactyl literally means many fingers. It hadn't been established till now. Great! Here's the thing. He's the only body that got burned. Yeah, very fucking suspicious. Anyway, can I see your guys' hands for a second? I don't have many good angles of hands. I don't know if it just applies to the toes, but... Which is strange, which usually means something's trying to be obscured. Exactly. And if it is hereditary, then theoretically it could be someone else. Because of a little mistake by God when the person born, one of their toes or fingers split into 2 and the toe number increases. The big deal isn't usually made up polydecto in the world at large. That's because it isn't a disease, it's something people are born with. The hospital is already aware of it when they are still babies, and about the time they turn 1 year old, they are given surgery to make them normal. So if a child has polydecto, it is treated before they become self-aware, so they might not even remember it themselves. Incidentally, it seems that it can occur with a probability of about 1 in every 2,000 babies. Even though it's not usually seen, it isn't rare at all. In which I think Uncle Hideyoshi mentioned something to me long ago. Not how even Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the man who had unified Japan at the end of the Sengoku period, possessed fingers on one hand. Turning out not to, among the many Ushiromi family heads, the ones who praised most for their wisdom had all possessed polydactyl. Because when grandfather was born, his relatives were all excited and thought he might become another wise leader. And when the living relatives all died in the Great Kanto earthquake, it was apparently argued that if anyone could restore the family from that, it would be grandfather, because the auspicious sign of his birth. Grandfather thought being the head was not a bad gig. The 6-0 must have been pretty lucky for him. I think good. I've heard that about some countries where it's believed that people with polydactyl should be treated as gods and revered. This is the point, but it's fairly common in mystery novels for a corpse to be burned to hide whose body it is. But like in grandfather's case, just being toasted wasn't enough to hide proof of his identity. Grandfather's body was not simply burnt, and that's the sign of the update. Oh, Jesus Christ. Burned in the incinerator with a weapon resembling ice pick having been rammed to his forehead. Oh, I haven't read that yet. The old mage's wish scattered, ungranted. This is but one possible result of the gamble he had always knew was not in his favor. It was like Auntie Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi and Canon Kud who had been stabbed in the chest. BB, go back to the riddle, sure. On the first, sacrifice 6 chosen by the key. On the thing about being burned, correct. So the third part still hasn't happened. Those who remain shall praise my noble name. No one's fucking done that. Really? And our time is still, out. And Kun 2 had been stabbed in his chest. He had one of those demon ice picks stuck into his forehead. That ring is not on his finger. So everything is as the letter last night said. Father, be horribly disappointed. And now she let her head droop and close her eyes tightly. This room had become a vital crime scene for us to hand over to the police. Decided that we'd leave grandfather's corpse here and lock the room, sealing it. It wasn't clear when grandfather's corpse started burning in the incinerator. And according to Genji, the things haven't been that strong. The body must have started burning a long time ago. That such must have slowly crept out of the furnace and filled the room bit by bit, then just pouring out and climbing up the staircase. Trying to decide whether it was rare or well down, grandfather had been brought out, killed, and burned. Even though he started out in the locked room created by his auto-lock. There's probably no doubting this. However, according to Genji, the boiler room is usually locked. Probably that someone outside our group was lurking around committing crimes is now overwhelmingly high. There's also a good chance that the person was walking around with something like a master key. After all, the doors and windows of the mansion had been checked. Despite that, the cupboard was freely strutting around the mansion. I have to end it here. Fuck. I need to go to bed. Oh, fuck, I hate ending it here. You're just noticing now, without the gouge the blank and kill statements formates look like two separate actions. I was thinking it myself there, Rush. I was thinking, like, that's weird. Because it's not saying as a result, it's not like saying as a result of this, then kill, then die. It's like, do this, this happens, then kill. It's a shit ton of speculating with me, BB. Yeah, I'm enjoying this shit. It's fucking horrifying what's happening, but it's also enjoyable to try and figure out what the fuck is happening. I'm excited for tomorrow. God, I'm really excited for tomorrow. Ugh. We're gonna have to go with Battler and try and figure this shit out because we have so many questions remaining. Thank you all again for coming to today's live stream. I hope you can check out more Umineko tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully we can figure out with Battler what the hell is going on. You're glad you never played this game before. It's so much fucking fun to try and figure this shit out. I'm gonna have to think on Rush's point there. Double Umineko? I mean, it's Umineko tomorrow at 9 p.m. And fucking Super Robot Wars in the morning. God, I'm playing this 12 hours a week according to my current schedule, and I'm still feel like we're barely going to get anywhere. Anyway, thank you all again. Thank you all very, very much. And I hope, until next time, I'm going to go close. I'm going to get quiet. There is no witch. And bye.